Oh, shit. Hold on one second. Let me unmute. Daniel's mic is muted for some reason. Hold on one second. And he should be good to go. Eric, what's going on? What's cracking?
It's going good.
Hold on. Daniel, let me know. Check your mic. Hold on. Let me try it again. Where is he? He has become.
Mic got disconnected.
He's become Iceman. Oh, okay, there he goes. All right. So until he becomes unfrozen in time, we're gonna keep it going. Hold on a second. Let me get over here to chat. There he is. Oh shit! What's going on? Movie Dojo Army. What is cracking? Trade Dough in the house. He says, "What's going on? PhatSamuraiGuy, sci-fi century Asian movie enthusiasts can't wait for the ruckus to begin." Ballin, what's going on? Oh shit! The sex sumo in the house. That's right. It's Let's Rage. Michael Gonzalez, what's going on? Ballin. All right. Sanzi Boy, what's cracking? Jake Hall, what is going down? Sexy Sumo says Daniel looks like Gerald Okamura. I can see a little bit of that with the peach fuzz right there. Big Trouble in Little China. I can see that. Is he still frozen? Daniel is experimenting today, chat. He's trying out his laptop. So if any wibbly wobbly timey wimey stuff goes on, because right now he's max headroom, he's popping and locking right now, not on purpose. So if we're having issues with Daniel, he'll pop out and he'll come back in and we'll figure it out.
Are we back?
John Barney, what's going on? There you are. Are you back now? I don't know. You're reminding me of Batista from Guardians of the Galaxy. If you stand really close, no one will see me. Oh, shit. That's right. 16 people in the house already. That's what I'm talking about. Eric, how was your Christmas, sir, and your New Year's?
It was pretty good. It was pretty good. The family gatherings maybe a little bit smaller than usual given the circumstances, but it was a lot of partying and good times.
Right. Cool. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, Thanos got to Daniel. The snapping has happened. Daniel's gone. It's all good. We will remember him fondly.
Mm.
He was a good dude, you know. Tribal Chief, what's crack-a-lackin'? That's right. Everybody come hang out with us tonight because they're asking, are those candles in the background there, Michael? Oh, Michael's asking.
Oh no, those are orange lights, like Halloween lights.
Dude, the light, I'm telling you, man, every time I watch your videos, the lighting is like, it's got the atmosphere now. Me, I'm over here just.
Well, I didn't go full Suspiria on you. I got to go full Suspiria on you one of these times. Get out the red lights.
Yeah. 18 people hanging out. That's right. Gene says his favorite Robert De Niro movies are Goodfellas and Casino. All right. That's what I'm talking about. All right. So we're here to talk Al Pacino. Al Pacino, baby. Let's do it.
Well, we will talk about him a little bit, right? Yeah. A little bit.
20 people. 20 badasses showing up. That's enough people to go ahead and get it crack-a-lackin'. What do you think?
Yeah.
Going to get it started? All right. So we are here to talk about and discuss the filmography of Mr. Robert De Niro, one of my favorite actors of all time. But just like, all the other actors that we follow, there's 5 billion movies out there that they have made, and we haven't seen all of them. So this is where you come in, chat. So we're going to go through his filmography. We're going to actually skip a couple of the first ones. But if there's any of them that we don't know anything about, we have not seen yet, let us know. When I read out the title for you guys, let us know in chat if it's a yay or a nay. Like, we should check it out, is actually pretty good, or pass, okay? Because we're going to go back and check your comments. 29 people hanging out. That's right. Hanging out with Mr. Eric, the Asian movie enthusiast. So we can go ahead and get it going. What's my name? Dunkachino. Casino. Oh man, I have not seen that movie, but that's the only thing I've seen. It made me
too.
laugh. All right, here we go. We're gonna go here to IMDb. Gonna clickety click here, and let us go all the way down to the beginning. To the beginning. But we're gonna be skipping a couple of ones. So remember, chat. If we skip any of them, let us know if you've seen them, or yay or nay, pass, or we should check it out. All right, we got 1965. Mr. De Niro started very early in his career. We have Three Rooms in Manhattan, Encounter, Young Wolves, Greetings, The Wedding Party, Sam's Song, Bloody Mama, Hi Mom, Jennifer on My Mind, Born to Win, The Gang That Couldn't Shoot Straight, Bang the Drum Slowly, and the one we are gonna talk about. 1973s. We're gonna start off with Mean Streets. That's right, the first big collab with Mr. De Niro and Martin Scorsese. I mean, this movie stars one of our favorites, Harvey Keitel, as well. I love that guy. He is fantastic. Basic plot for Mean Streets is it's about a small time hood tries to keep the peace between his friend Johnny and Johnny's creditors. This is one of those movies that my dad has been trying to get me to watch for years growing up. Main Streets, son, Main Streets, right? He was always doing that, right? And I just never got around to it. But finally, when I got around to it, I watched it and I enjoyed it a lot. I need to buy it on Blu-ray. It was very, very good, very well done, drama thriller. You can see the early styles and techniques of Scorsese-isms, if you will, how he does his camera work, the tracking shot a little bit, and how he throws in the classic iconic music soundtracks, from that era. Dude, let me know what you thought about Robert De Niro's Johnny Boy's character in this movie. Did you want him to instantly die?
I almost feel like it's like everyone knows, maybe not somebody quite this bad, but everyone has bad eggs in the family or friends. Right. So it's kind of relatable, just watching Keitel just have to deal with this freaking guy, you know what I mean? And just trying to avoid conflict all the time. And, just trying to, I kind of like movies where you'll have a wild guy, but showing how everyone else kind of has to deal with him, and I kind of found it to be pretty interesting, and there was some fun moments when they were hanging out too. So it was, it's a good solid flick.
Yeah, very, very, very good, very solid. We're talking about Mean Streets right now, Daniel. 30 badasses hanging out with us tonight. It's Avengers Endgame now. You have come through the portal, Daniel. You are back. That's right. Let's see here. But yeah, overall, back to Mean Streets. Very good, very solid thriller. The ending is like, well, yeah, that's about right. It's expected. But just De Niro did such a good job of being such a like that kind of character. He just like, shut up. Shut up. He owes the big wig money in that area. And he's just fucking with him. Harvey Keitel's trying to, it's going to be okay. We're going to get, everything's going to be all right. And De Niro's just talking shit, like, still to the guy. It's like, oh my God, dude. But still, good movie. I would love to own that. I definitely enjoyed Mean Streets. Eric, you got the next one, buddy.
Oh my.
If not, you just skip to the next one.
The next one's a big one. The Godfather. Part 2.
Man, that was his next movie?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Holy shit. Talk about a debut.
Boom. He just shot right up, right? So you got the early life and career of Vito Corleone in 1920s New York City is portrayed, while his son Michael expands and tightens his grip on the family crime syndicate. So this is Francis Ford Coppola directed. You got Pacino in this, De Niro, Robert Duvall.
Yes. It's
an insane cast here. Talia Shire.
The always reliable Robert Duvall.
Oh, yeah, he's great. And, this is one, actually been a little while. I watched, all 3 movies maybe like 5 or 6 years ago again.
Yeah.
But it's hard to pick between the first 2. The first 2 are just so good. And the second one has that additional dynamic of like I think the time changes, right? And like flashbacks and stuff.
Yeah.
But one of my favorite Pacino performances is in this film, actually, this early in his career. So I'd say, what is there really to be said about this? It's just a fantastic crime film. And, if you haven't watched it, you have to watch the first two, especially of these.
Yeah, highly recommend. And I mean, the first half of the movie is, Robert De Niro playing a very young Marlon Brando from the first movie, and how, showing him come up. And of course, we all know the most memorable scene is when he went to track down the so-called bigwig in that area. And he's like, no, it's my turn now. I'm taking claim. No, you're useless. You're weak. I'm here. We're going to change things. The family's going to change things. But very well done. Very well done movie. But yeah, even till this day, it's still debatable which Godfather movie is better. Which is good. It's a good thing. It's definitely a good thing. Daniel, do you want to get the next one, or you want me to read it to you?
Yeah, I got it. I'll get it. I guess I got lucky too, man. It's the 1976 film Taxi Driver.
Woo!
And yeah, man. I mean, it's been like years since I've seen that film, and I mean, I'm really trying to like really remember like the hot stuff. I just know that De Niro played a freaking psychotic dude, and well, not all psychotic, but I mean, just oh yeah, man. I mean,
he needed some help. What else can
you say about Taxi Driver?
He needed some help. He needed some professional help. May have got him through his stress, his trauma, and it just slowly throughout the movie, he just got worse and worse and worse and worse. And the soundtrack's great. The Scorsese film New York for that time perfectly. I mean, walking in some of those horrible rundown, apartment complexes. It's like the walls are so dirty in the movie that you feel like you need to take a shower after watching the damn. But without spoiling the ending or the third act, holy shit. That's all I have to say. Yeah. And the first time I watched Taxi Driver was not expecting that at all. But fantastic movie. But it's just he's an old war veteran, and he's just trying to make ends meet, and he becomes a taxi driver, but slowly, dealing with life, but not getting good advice from anyone. Like not getting good advice from anyone, not getting help from anyone. And he just slowly, it just gets worse and worse and worse. And we also have Harvey Keitel in that movie as well. Yeah. But of course, the classic line, you talking to me?
Yep. I'll kill you. I'll kill you. I'll kill you. You son of a bitch. I'll kill you.
I'm sure everybody knows by now, but the fun fact is the whole "you talking to me" iconic line was ad-libbed by Mr. De Niro. Like, he made that up on the spot. So, but yeah, man, if you guys, I don't want to spoil it for any newbies here, but Taxi Driver is a phenomenal film. Dark, gritty, superbly acted, violent, it's just, there's not that many movies like this now. Now, you know what I mean? And like this movie was definitely ahead of its time when it came out. I'm surprised it got the praise it did back then, because you'd think a movie like this, dark, gritty, and violent, and the subject matter would have been like, we don't want to touch.
I think by the 70s, everybody was ready for stuff like this.
Yeah, I think so.
That's what it was.
I agree. But still a classic. And now it's my turn. All right.
What up, Fredo?
He's hitting it off the park here. Mean Streets, Godfather Part 2, Electric Boogaloo, Taxi Driver, and 1900. I do not know anything about this. Anybody know about this?
I have not seen it.
Nope.
How about The Last Tycoon? The Last Tycoon?
No.
I saw New York, New York. Have you guys seen that?
Yes.
I haven't seen it.
I seen it only one time. It was a very, very, very long time ago. Also directed by Martin Scorsese. And I remember it being good. And De Niro's character was terrible. Like, not in a bad, like, horrible written character. But just the character he played was just, he's just a horrible person. Horrible person. But if any of you have not seen New York, New York, it's about an egotistical saxophonist, De Niro's character, and a young lounge singer meet on a VJ day and embark upon a strained and rocky romance, even as their careers began a long uphill climb. So the success is there because she's so talented, but his ego just won't allow her to be happy. I would like to revisit it, but I remember it being solid. All right, Eric, you're next, bud.
All right. What do we got here? We got New York. Some type of TV miniseries. I don't even know what that's about. Oh, The Deer Hunter, 1978. Another one.
Yeah.
Another big one. Let me fire up my notes here and get a
he is on fire.
Yeah, the 70s.
This is ridiculous.
So this one I remember, 1978, directed by Michael Cimino, and you got De Niro, Christopher Walken, Meryl Streep is in this, and a bunch of people. And this is about an in-depth examination of the ways in which the U.S.-Vietnam War impacts and disrupts the lives of people in a small industrial town in Pennsylvania. So I like about a third of the film is set in Vietnam, and it's a very effective drama, and it shows the impact of the war experience. The locales and visuals are very good. Performances are all top-notch. It's 3 full hours long, which I think might be a tad on the long side, but very solid flick. And I think the story arc of Christopher Walken's character was pretty, let's say, entertaining, I guess you could say, but also, a bit of a intense experience as well. So this is one of those where you hear about it, and it's definitely worth checking out.
Yeah. Even though it's very lengthy and it has its slow burn moments, but it's just, again, another just cinematography is beautiful, superbly acted. But this was one of those movies when I was growing up. I was a young teen, and my dad, son, we're gonna sit down and we're gonna watch The Deer Hunter today, right? And I was just kind of like, when you're a young teen, right? What are you thinking about around that time? Explosions and boobies, right? That's what you're thinking about, right? So I'm just kind of like, oh no, it's one of those sit me down and force me to watch an old movie. Oh, and I sat there watching it, bored because I'm stupid, and I sat there watching it, and then when it got to the Russian roulette scene. When this scene came up, I think that was probably around this scene may have what made me a Robert De Niro fan, because the acting was just powerful, and the subject matter, and it was a very traumatic scene, and I shut the fuck up after watching that. I sat up, I paid attention, and I watched it to the very end. I ended up enjoying the movie. And of course, my dad had to rub it in, son, yeah, I know movies. I'm like, all right, Dad, all right. But yeah. So that's my little Deer Hunter story there for you guys. Boo, Daniel, boo. You got the next one. Actually, it's kind of perfect. I mean, you're just talking about Gladiator not that long ago, right?
Yeah, I mean, I was looking forward to this one, so I was like, okay, so everybody knows the Raging Bull.
Yes.
And it's the life of boxer Jake LaMotta, and it also has that kind of like that at the times that it was made in the 70s, but they took it back a little further, maybe about 1950s, and how the life of a boxer really was. And sometimes this guy had not only issues, man, but not only was he violent inside of the ring, he was equally violent outside of the ring, just as a person. And I mean, just the sheer like drama of the fact that how boxers at that time were just really like, that's all they had at that time. Some people had, their support structure. He didn't have much of a support structure. And when he did, he kind of just like, just kicked it to the side. And I mean, just the fight and just like a period piece. I mean, it's like the time where boxing at that time in that era was like just no mercy. You know what? They didn't give a shit about you. No life insurance, none of that shit. So that's how That's how I saw it, man. I mean, it's a great freaking movie.
It's I agree, Daniel. It's just a classic. It might be my favorite Martin Scorsese movie, but that always changes.
Yeah.
I sit down and I watch sit down and watch Goodfellas, and I'm like, no, this one's my favorite. And then I'll sit down and watch something else. No, this one. But you put the gun to my head real quick. Unlike Deer Hunter style, I have to choose. It'd probably be Raging Bull because it's just it's brutal, it's honest, it's realistic, and it's funny because I remember hearing Jake LaMotta, the real life boxer the movie's based on, saw De Niro's performance in the movie, and he was like, "Fuck." He's like, "Man, I was an asshole, but fuck, man, this guy's like more of an asshole than I am." He wasn't bashing De Niro, but he was just like, "Fuck." You know, it's like shit. I was horrible, but he liked the movie though. But I just it's one of those movies that you call a success story. It's one of those, and I say that in a sarcastic way. And it's just rise to the top. He was on top of the world, and then man, did he fall hard fast. And of course, you have De Niro, you know, being the method actor that he was at the time. You know, he got in shape, got ripped. Do you think Raging Bull was the best shape he's ever been in his life, or was it Cape Fear? Because he was shredded in both of those. What do you think?
I think in Raging Bull he had to be, because just the sheer like exercise and the way you have to use your body, the way you have to work on the timing. If he's a method actor, he's gonna take it to that next level and put his body in shape to the point he just wants to not only add improv, but he wants to add to the character just
right
in the way athletically, I think. Just in my opinion.
Probably Raging Bull then. Yeah, probably Raging Bull.
Yeah.
Was that true that he broke Joe Pesci's ribs?
I never checked on that, but I'm pretty sure it hurt though, man. I'm pretty sure it hurt.
Yeah. Like he broke in the boxing when he's training and he's hitting Pesci, like he broke his ribs. That's what I heard. I'm not positive on that. But just 5-star movie for me.
Yeah,
it checks all the boxes.
And this one also, I was gonna say also, just to add, I'm sorry, Samurai. I was gonna say his improv, man, on the characters he plays, like coming up from the 70s, was like he adds not so much improv, but when he adds improv, it's like it's great, man.
Yeah, I agree. I think one of my favorite what is it? You never knock me down, Ray. You never knock me down. I think one of my favorite scenes in the movie was when he's at his worst and he goes to jail and he's in that prison cell and he snaps and he starts punching the wall, punch, punch, punch. And he's really hitting the wall. Like he is really hitting that wall. And then he's really headbutting the wall. And that just powerful acting. Just powerful acting in that scene. And it was just a fantastic movie. And let's talk about how, before we move on here, how beautiful this movie is.
Yeah.
I mean, the cinematography in this movie is insane. It's really insane. And it's funny because yesterday's stream, they didn't even know we were going to talk about Robert De Niro today. And somebody asked, why do you think Scorsese wanted to use the black and white filter? Do you know? I mean, obviously it was creative choice. Do you guys know any like particular reason besides creative choice of why he used wanted to film it in black and white?
No, I'm not sure.
I would say to take that aesthetic from the way they used to have the black and white boxing matches in those days. And they used to, you know how everything was black and white at that time.
Yeah.
The time period of the movie, it was always black and white, and they had to, even the old style, the way they used to keep the hands low, they didn't really keep hands up most of the time. They just had that old style of doing that basic, the basic hand 1-2 and everything, keeping the hands up. So I think it's just the aesthetic from taking it from the way they used to show black and white fights and boxing.
And you could be onto something there, but
I found the answer.
Oh, there he is. He's our fact checker. He's our fact checker.
IMDb trivia. The reasons why the film was made in black and white were mainly to differentiate it from Rocky, as well as for period authenticity. Another reason was that Scorsese did not want to depict all of that blood in a color picture. Also, in the book, Jake LaMotta says, now sometimes at night when I think black, I feel like I'm looking at an old black and white movie of myself. Why it should be black and white, I don't know, but it is.
Oh, wow. Wow. So, Daniel, you were half right.
Yeah.
You were half right there. Wow.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm so glad. That was smart to make it black and white to differentiate it from Rocky. That was very, and plus when it got brutal and the blood was squirting all on the crowd and shit, who knows if back then they would have been like, oh, you need to cut it back but I'm glad they did it just because, again, it's just one of the most beautiful looking films I've ever seen. Like, it's just so good. And I'm sorry I'm gushing about Raging Bull a little bit too much. I can't help it. I'm kind of biased with that one.
Yeah, it's a masterpiece. You ain't lying. You ain't lying, Phat Samurai.
True Confessions, I have not seen. Anybody seen that?
Yeah, I saw that one.
I haven't seen it.
You want to talk about that one before I go to the next one?
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on True Confessions?
I remember my dad liked this movie a lot, so I watched it with him a long time ago. And let me get to the plot synopsis here.
What's up, Ranjit? What's up, Ranjit? Welcome.
And I remember that it was a good flick, good performances, maybe a little bit on the slow side, and the ending was a little bit of an anticlimax. Remember, this came out in 1981, and it's about a worldly, ambitious Monsignor who clashes with his older brother, a cynical Los Angeles homicide detective who is investigating the brutal murder of a young prostitute. So it, you deal with some Catholic Church stuff in this as well, and it was a good flick. I liked it, but it's not like, I don't think it's an elite De Niro film in my opinion. But it does have a pretty strong fan base, I think.
Okay. Well, I'm already kind of interested anyway because it's Duvall and De Niro. That's interesting. Interesting. All right. Well, still not a bomb. It's solid.
Yeah.
Very solid movie. And now I'm gonna take The King of Comedy, 1982. Robert De Niro plays Rupert Pupkin. That's right, another Martin Scorsese film. Also starring Jerry Lewis in this and Sandra Bernhard. I didn't even know this movie exists, and my oldest sister Tracy was the one who kept telling me about it, and she was like, "Oh, it's hilarious! You got to watch it." I'm like, "Okay." So I sat down, and it's definitely a dark comedy. There's stuff in there that's funny, and it's, some of the jokes are dated, but there's actually some funny stuff in there. But of course, now for the new audience, for the younglings today, they probably know the King of Comedy because it was part of the inspiration for Joker. Very similar type of plot, except Rupert doesn't go insane on the way, but he's a little out there. So the plot synopsis is: Rupert Pupkin is a passionate yet unsuccessful comic who craves nothing more than to be in the spotlight, and to achieve this, he stalks and kidnaps his idol to take the spotlight for himself. I'm trying to remember what was the tagline in that at the end, like the very end, when he goes out there, when he's on the talk show in front doing his jokes in front of the crowd while Jerry Lewis is locked up. I try to remember. He's like, yeah, I locked him up in the back right now. You guys don't know that. But he's like, I know I'm probably going to go to jail or something like that. But he said something about, I'd rather be a king for a day than a schmuck for life.
Yeah.
That was his line, which was great. Oh man. But there's some goofy jokes in there, man. Like when he was trying to persuade Jerry Lewis early in the movie. And he's like, hey, he opens up his wallet and he's all like, hey, you want to see my pride and joy? And it's pictures of detergent, pride, and joy. It was so cheesy. Jerry Lewis is looking at him like, what? But yeah, I remember it being entertaining.
Top 5 Scorsese film for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right.
Top 5.
I'm kind of starting to think this is underrated. Because I think when it came out, I don't think it did well. I think it kind of just did okay. It wasn't like a huge, gigantic smash. But it's a good movie, man. I enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it. Hold on one second. We got Tony of the Dead here. Hey, guys. Sorry I couldn't be on tonight, but I'm looking forward to talking with you guys next time. No, Tony, no, that's it. You're fired. You're fired, and that's it. You will not be invited. Anyway, no, I'm just kidding, buddy. Hey, hope you feel better, and thanks for supporting the channel, man. We appreciate it. Let's see. Tribal Chief said his performance was riveting and cringy at the same time. Yeah. Rupert Pupkin. But yeah, very entertaining movie. All right, Eric, it's all you, buddy.
Oh, no. All right, so we got Once Upon a Time in America, 1984.
Yeah.
This was directed by Sergio Leone.
The legend.
A former Prohibition-era Jewish gangster returns to the Lower East Side of Manhattan over 30 years later, where he once again must confront the ghosts and regrets of his old life. This also has James Woods, Treat Williams, Joe Pesci, Danny Aiello, William Forsythe.
Yeah.
Really good cast.
Wow.
Really good cast.
Yeah.
I remember I saw this once a long time ago, and I kind of remember not liking it. I remember I had a real problem with the pacing of this film.
Yeah.
It's 3 hours and 49 minutes long.
Right.
And I think I watched it on television, which made it even worse because with commercials, it's just takes forever. And I just thought it was too long. But that's all I remember about it, is that I just didn't like it. But I think I need to revisit it because I'm a fan of everybody involved. You know,
don't kill me. Don't kill me, Eric. But I've had it on Blu-ray for like forever, and I still haven't watched it yet. And I wanted to watch it to prepare for tonight, but unfortunately, I didn't have the time. I did watch another De Niro film. We'll see if whoever gets to it later. I'll let you know what it is. I did watch another movie earlier today with Lady Fat Blood, and we both enjoyed it. But I remember the DVD release of the movie, and they fucked it all up. I remember people were pissed off about it because they had it on 2 discs because it's a long movie, and they did the first disc. They screwed up the transition, like the cut, so they're like in mid-sentence or a scene. So what we need to do is we need to go. It just cuts in mid-sentence, and then the second disc just starts. I remember fans were pissed, so they fixed that problem, obviously, with the Blu-ray release. So I'll get to it. Maybe we could talk about it on another stream. Revisits. Phat revisits. Yeah, maybe we'll do something like that. All right. I think I am next here, and we have...
I think Sentry's next, isn't he?
Oh, Sentry, you're next, buddy. Go ahead, bud.
I was gonna say, well, I've been looking so far when you guys have been clarifying about talking about the films, but I have not seen Falling in Love. I have not seen Brazil. I don't know if you guys have seen it. I haven't seen. Yeah, I mean, if I can open up get the information on it. We can talk about it. That way you can talk.
No, it's okay because he had like a little small part.
Yeah.
So we can skip Brazil. We can skip that.
Okay, and then got to The Mission. I haven't seen that one.
Okay, so that's the movie I saw today.
Okay. I have not seen it.
You want to take?
You haven't seen it, Eric?
No.
I thought you saw it. That's why I was like, "Oh, Eric's gonna kill me." Oh man, I thought you'd seen it, dude. So if there's any movie out there, chat, that you know what you're like, you know what, I'm in the mood to hate humanity. I want to pop in this movie because I'm in the mood to hate humanity and get really angry and depressed by the end of the movie. It's one of those. It's one of those. But let me click on it. Hold on one second. 1986. The Mission. Directed by Roland Joffe. I think I'm saying his name right. I might be saying it wrong. I apologize. But it is about an 18th century Spanish Jesuits. They tried to protect a remote South American tribe in danger of falling under the rule of pro-slavery Portugal. And you got a very young Jeremy Irons in here. Believe it or not playing a villain. But he was very good in this. You have a very young Liam Neeson in this as well, before he was big time. But a very, very well acted film. Without spoiling it, though, basically, De Niro is a mercenary and is kind of working with some of the slave traders. Not a good guy. Not a good guy. He ends up doing something. I won't tell you what. That ends up sends him to prison. He gets found by Jeremy Irons, who's the priest, and he takes him in to kind of finish off his sentence or kind of serve his penance under the church. And he takes him out there, and it's a redemption movie. However, it turns into something else by its third act, and it's a beautiful, beautiful looking movie. Cinematography is great, very well acted. The score is by our boy Eric Ennio Morricone. The score is fantastic. It's just one of those heavy movies that you watch once in a while. You don't watch it all the time. But I highly recommend The Mission, and I was happy to finally watch the damn movie because I've had the Blu-ray for a while. And highly recommend The Mission. Just remember, guys, it's not a family picture. It's not one of those, okay? But it's pretty good. All right, Eric, go for it, buddy. No. Or does Daniel still need to go?
Yeah, if he's seen Angel Heart, he better take it because I haven't seen this one.
Yeah, I haven't. Angel Heart? No, you know what? I haven't seen it, man. I have not seen Angel
That's
Heart.
The movie that chat constantly keeps telling me to watch. It's on the list. It's in the queue, but I haven't seen it. But I know it's a mystery thriller. I've heard it's really good though. I heard Angel Heart's pretty good. So Eric, we'll just go to you, buddy. Go ahead.
Yeah. The Untouchables, 1987.
Yes.
Another big one.
Yes.
During the era of Prohibition in the United States, federal agent Elliot Ness sets out to stop ruthless Chicago gangster Al Capone. And because of rampant corruption, assembles a small hand-picked team to help him. So you got Kevin Costner here, Sean Connery, Andy Garcia, De Niro, a bunch of dudes. Billy Drago is in this. So yeah, I remember I watched this one a bunch of times, especially when I was younger. It's got that nice blend of legit drama and character interaction, as well as the action. Some really cool scenes in this one with the carriage. This one with the carriage falling down the stairs in slow motion. That was sweet. This and a fight that almost rivals the one in They Live. The one with Sean Connery and the other old dude in the alleyway. That was a legit fight. I wasn't expecting the first time I saw it. It was like, man, these guys can throw down these old dudes. So it's definitely a must watch. I really like it.
Fantastic. Again, scored by Ennio Morricone. So just a fantastic soundtrack, performances, characters, memorable moments, action, suspense. It has everything. It has everything, and it's definitely one of my favorites in that. But you gotta love. I wanted De Niro a little bit more in this, but he was kept to a minimum on purpose, I'm sure. But every scene he was in, he was a scene stealer in that movie. I want him dead. I want his family dead. I want his house burned to the ground. I mean, it's just great. It's great, and we all know about the, enthusiasm. And you got the guy, he's talking about teamwork, and you got the one dude at the table talking shit. Well, not talking shit, but just being a little bit too loud. Yes, team. Yeah. And De Niro knows that guy's up to no good behind the scenes, and had to handle that shit. He had to handle that shit.
That scene has been duplicated so many times in movies. The table scene where somebody breaks out a bat or something. The other scene I really like is when Sean Connery's testing the newbies and he gets all up in Andy Garcia's face and Garcia pushes back. And Sean Connery's like, I like this guy. I like it.
You're ended the lesson.
The lesson.
It is a crowd pleaser, man. I mean, that movie is just really a crowd pleaser. Daniel, have you seen Midnight Run? If not, I'll take it.
No, I haven't seen it. Take it.
All right. So I rewatched Midnight Run because it's been so long yesterday. So 1988 now. Robert De Niro plays the character of Jack Walsh. This is directed by Martin Brest, and it's an action comedy. And Yaphet Kotto is also in this as well. You don't see that guy that much. But it's a very simplistic plot. You got an accountant. He's chased by bounty hunters. He's chased by the FBI and the mafia after jumping bail. And you have De Niro, who used to be a cop, who leaves the force for reasons that will are explained later. But he becomes a bounty hunter, and now he's sick of the life. He's just like, I want a big payday. So whatchamacallit, the dad from the dog movie? What is it that was that dog movie?
Oh, Burr begins with a B.
Oh man, Beethoven.
Beethoven, yeah.
That's all I see. The dad from Beethoven. Basically, he ends up going after him for a big payday. So there's some funny moments in that movie, but it was so nice to watch an R-rated comedy from the fucking 80s.
Taggart from Beverly Hills Cop is in it.
Dude, I know, right? But yeah, Midnight Run is fun. It's not one of those bust a gut every 5 seconds comedies. It's not one of those, but still it's hilarious and highly recommend Midnight Run.
Dennis Farina is great in it.
Yeah, it's a good time.
This actually is, if I were to make like a list of top favorite movies of all time, this actually might make mine. It's really high on my list.
Midnight Run?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It's just got the perfect blend for me of like just everything.
What was the what was it? He kept yelling that guy's name. What was it? Martin or something like that? Marvin.
Oh, Marvin, yeah.
Yeah.
Special Agent Alonzo Mosley. He kept busting Yaphet Kotto's.
But his rival bounty hunter that he was going up against was Marvin, and he always was like, Marvin, look, and he looks. He turns around and De Niro knocked him out. It was hilarious. But yeah, Midnight Run is definitely well done. I would love to buy that on Blu-ray. Go ahead and take it, Eric.
Well, the next three I haven't seen. Jackknife, We're No Angels, and Stanley and Iris. I have not seen those.
Have not seen that either.
Oh, man.
Chat, let us know about those. Yeah, just keep going till you know. Wow. Do you know how many more do you have that you haven't seen?
I got Goodfellas.
Oh,
this is like picking the number one huge draft pick here. Goodfellas, 1990.
Yes.
Scorsese directing. The story of Henry Hill and his life in the mob, covering his relationship with his wife and his mob partners, etc. Yeah, this is just, you got De Niro, Ray Liotta, Joe Pesci, Lorraine Bracco, Paul Sorvino. It just keeps going. This is just an all-time classic gangster film. It's just all-time classic. It's got like the perfect blend of almost like black comedy in it. And there's a lot of comedy in this movie. You know, I laugh a lot while watching it. And it's, I don't know what else to say about it. It's just a very nicely crafted gangster flick that's just, it stood the test of time. It's a must watch for everyone, really.
Yes, it is. It's a timeless classic, like you were saying. 41 people hanging out with us talking Robert De Niro films today. Thanks for joining us tonight. But yeah, it's just everybody was perfectly casted. You get the classic tracking shot that everybody talks about in that movie. But just, again, everything well done. Soundtrack, pacings, the performances. And is it me, or does Robert De Niro's his character not really being the star or at the front somehow works for this movie? You know what I mean? Because you kind of like, when you think Robert De Niro, when you look at the poster, Robert De Niro's like in the middle, right?
Mm-hmm.
So obviously he's the biggest star in that movie, but when you watch the movie, the story follows the Ray Liotta's character, really, when they're showing him come up through the ranks in gangsterdom. Yeah. I just made up a new word. Another, in a way, I guess, could be another success story. Goodfellas, you get a good lesson in that one. But
noodles and ketchup.
Yeah.
Noodles and freaking ketchup.
Man. Yeah.
Make sure not to get whacked.
Right. But De Niro kind of just being in the, kind of like the crafty veteran gangster character, but kind of in the background, just watching, you know what I mean? I think that worked out better for the movie. for his character instead of him being like the main, like the big star following De Niro's character. It just works out better. Him just being the behind the scenes guy.
Yeah.
Head guys, but behind the scenes. It's a classic movie. You're getting all the big ones tonight, buddy.
Yeah.
Daniel, go for it, brother. What's next?
All right. Again, I have not. There's a few I have not seen. I haven't seen Awakenings. I have not seen Guilt to Suspicion. Backdraft. Well, of course, I've seen that one, so I'll talk about that one. Let's see. It was that's that typical fireman and firefighter movie. Two Chicago firefighter brothers who don't get along have to work together while a dangerous arsonist is on the loose. So, I mean, it's like you said. I mean, I think we might have talked about it in another stream before, but
yeah.
I mean, it's a good suspenseful, decent action, more action based towards like dramatic and thriller type of action.
Yeah.
But I mean, like just adding that drama with especially between the characters, Robert De Niro's character, the two brothers. So I mean, it's an overall great film, man. Just it has that suspense and the action, not like top notch action, but it's got that it's got that balance between the drama, the action, and just the acting from the characters.
Yeah, definitely entertaining. Definitely entertaining. And I think De Niro kind of mostly was like a co-star in that, right? He kinda, but still though, very, very entertaining film. And there goes Sexy Sumo in the comments right now. Let me go, bull. We go.
I mean, like this. Kurt Russell and William Baldwin were great there. Also, all of them. Even Donald Sutherland, dude, was. Donald Sutherland was also just even though he wasn't that much, he didn't have that much screen time. I mean, the whole cast did great.
Nice. Yeah, that's definitely a crowd pleaser is Backdraft, and I heard there's a Backdraft 2, and I heard it's shit. Big surprise! Big surprise! All right, let's get back to it. Do you have Midnight Run on Blu-ray, Eric?
Not on Blue, but I'm definitely going to pick it up. I have it on. I have an older DVD.
All right. Now, chat, we pretty much already know towards the recent filmography that we're going to get to. We have not seen like any of them, so it's going to be might be a short stream tonight because I don't maybe you can help us out and let us know about Dirty Grandpa and all that bullshit. So we'll get and a lot of straight to video stuff. De Niro starting, but still so far in his career, he's still the man. And let's go ahead and rewind it a little bit here. All right. So somebody in chat said Were No Angels is hilarious. Awakenings is the film with Robin Williams, supposed to be very emotional.
Oh.
Yeah, I have not seen that though. Let's see. Oh, yes. Oh, I lucked out. It's my turn. 1991's Cape Fear. Yes. Scorsese again directing. One of the most underrated Scorsese films, and one of the most underrated thrillers, and one of the most underrated remakes ever. All right, so we got Nick Nolte's in here. He's still considered. You can still look at him and not throw up. No, I'm kidding. That's kidding. Nick Nolte's great, but yeah, he's like Jessica Lange. She's awesome. De Niro. You got a very young. Where is she at here? Where is she? The daughter, Juliette Lewis, very young Juliette Lewis in here, and a cameo. We had cameos from the original Cape Fear. Robert Mitchum and Gregory Peck were also in this movie. So, was it just me, or was the editing really fast and the transitions of scenes really fast on purpose? Because there was some crazy stuff in here. It looked like a normal movie, and all of a sudden the camera would be like, or it'd be like crazy zoom ins. So I enjoy this movie a lot. It's one of my favorite De Niro characters in here. Come out, wherever you are, counselor. I mean, just you can't. The role is just—it's iconic for me. It's just great. And for those of you who have not seen or heard of Cape Fear, so the plot is a convicted rapist is released from prison after serving a 14-year sentence, stalks the family of the lawyer, played by Nick Nolte, who originally defended him. And Nick Nolte defended him and knew he was a piece of shit and said, fuck it, let's make a deal. And he was not too happy about that and went to prison for 14 years and then got out. Because there's not much to do in prison except desecrate your flesh. Yeah, there's just he's talking about his tattoos. Yeah, he just goes at it's a slow build too, slow suspense building. He didn't just go straight after him to kill him. He's like, no, I'm gonna fuck with him a little bit. I'm gonna mess with the daughter. I'm gonna mess with the wife. I'm gonna torture this guy mentally first before I try to break his neck. Does anybody remember the WWE wrestler Waylon Mercy? Does anybody remember Waylon Mercy, who just happened to talk like De Niro's character from Cape Fear? He was a Cape Fear. That was his gimmick. He was basically it was one of the worst gimmicks ever in wrestling back in the day. And you know that part of the movie where De Niro's character chokes out Nick Nolte, right? Well, that was his finishing move, the sleeper hold. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I don't know if you guys have heard of Waylon Mercy. Nice little fun fact. See what you get with PhatSamuraiGuy? You get useless fun facts. It's fun. But yeah, Cape Fear is fantastic. I mean, it's almost, to me, there's moments in that movie you're like, ew. And then there's also other moments in that movie you're like, dude, is this supposed to be funny? Like this, I don't know if it's just my sense of humor, dude, but there's parts in this movie that are like, oh, he's a terrible person, right? Like, ugh. And then there's other parts in the movie I'm like, dude, is this a dark comedy sometimes? Because they got the movie theater sequence, you know what I'm talking about? So you got Nick Nolte there with his family trying to watch the movie and enjoy it, and then De Niro knows they're there, so he's just being a dick and just laughing hysterically nonstop at nothing, and then they end up going and they leave, and then he keeps smoking just to fuck with Nolte. He keeps smoking in the theater, and he has a lighter with two red. The lighter is two tits that blink red, and I'm like, is this a dark comedy? And it's just like moments like that, and then you have the moment where at the end, his character literally, years before Deadpool came out, his character literally breaks the fourth wall, and he turns to the audience and starts talking. Do you remember that part? At the end of the movie, when he's on the boat and he's beating everybody up, torturing everyone, he turns to the audience and starts talking to the audience, and then he turns back to Nick Nolte. And when he whips his head around, it's like a cartoony sound effect, like whoosh. It's like, dude, rewatch this movie. I'm telling you, there's moments in here I'm like, dude, was this supposed to be a dark comedy also? I don't know, but it's entertaining for me. Plus, when he's speaking in tongues at the end when he's dying, come on, man. When he's dying and he's sinking down and he's like drowning. Come on. It's hilarious.
Oh, now I gotta see this movie.
Come on. But other than that, he is a straight up beast in this movie. He is a beast, scary, intimidating, and oddly fucking hilarious because of the dark comedy moments, which I think they're dark comedy to me. That's just my sense of humor. But yeah. One definitely an iconic role for De Niro. But I still feel like people kind of forgot about that movie. But it's one of my favorites. Go ahead. Eric, you're up next.
Well, the next few I haven't seen. Mistress, Night in the City, Mad Dog and Glory, and This Boy's Life.
Now, was Mad Dog and Glory, was that the movie where De Niro's playing a regular guy? It was like a romantic film. He's playing this regular dude, but Bill Murray is the gangster in the flick.
Yeah, it looks like it.
What the hell? I don't know. Maybe it be good.
I have seen A Boy's Life though. I could take that one, Eric. I could take that one, Eric.
Yeah.
You could take a Bronx Tale. You could take a Bronx Tale.
Take it, Daniel. Take that one.
Yeah. This boy's life, man. I'm pretty sure in chat, man. If some people have seen it, dude. Freaking Leonardo DiCaprio does a real good job in this. All the actors, I forgot the mom's name, man. But Robert De Niro and Leonardo DiCaprio, bro, just super dysfunctional, like stepfather, stepson, dude.
Yeah.
And I mean, they really like freaking the drama aspect, the intense of the method acting, dude. They like, I mean, this movie, dude, like makes you cringe, bro, how a grown ass man beats the shit out of a teenage stepson, dude. Like bad.
Yeah, that
like,
was
really, like, yeah,
that was rough.
like like rough, dude. Like almost tries to strangle his stepson in front of his mother, bro. And Leonardo DiCaprio and Robert De Niro, dude, freaking they do a fantastic job as far as acting goes in this film, man. But it's an intense, thriller drama, and like a lot of stuff, like you said, like it. In other words, it's like a stepfather playing the part of being the good stepfather, but like behind the scenes, when the doors are closed, motherfucker just goes to town on Leonardo DiCaprio's character as a stepson, dude, and makes that kid do like serious shit, with his mind, as far as becoming like a little bit of a wise guy, becoming a real big time rebel. So have you guys haven't seen it, man? It's a freaking fantastic film.
I seen it once, but I saw it once, but after I got done watching it, I was like, why is nobody talking about this movie? Like it's a good movie with De Niro and a young DiCaprio. It's like you hear more people talking about fucking Critters 3 with Leonardo DiCaprio than this movie. But yeah, it was. Yeah, it's a heavy movie.
Yeah,
kind of reminds me a little bit of Firstborn, Eric. Do you remember Firstborn? Chat. Does anybody remember the movie Firstborn? I think it came out in the 80s. Starring, it's kind of similar. Stepdad comes in, whatever, and is nice at first, and then he becomes horrible later. Starring, guess who the dad was? Peter Weller.
Oh,
yeah. But Firstborn, I remember being entertaining. This Boy's Life was like, woof. It was like heavy.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. But no, very well good, but very well done movie.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what we got here. What's next here?
Thank you, Eric.
Eric,
A Bronx Tale.
You got a good one, buddy. Go for it.
Saw it a long time ago. A Bronx Tale, 1993. A father becomes worried when a local gangster befriends his son in the Bronx in the 1960s. You got Chaz Palminteri in a big role here. I just remember it being a pretty solid drama.
Yeah,
well written.
Mm-hmm.
It's good characters in it. All like the traditional filmmaking quality is there, but it's been so long since I've seen it, I forget a lot of the details surrounding it.
Well, I'm sure you remember the one scene everybody talks about with that movie, the biker gang scene. Where the biker gang scene comes up in there, like to get something to eat, and they lock the door, and they beat the shit out of them. Yeah. I remember Joey Diaz, the comedian. He was talking about. He's like, "Yeah, that shit's real, man. That shit happened all the time back then." Joey fucking Diaz, cocksuckers. Bronx Tale, another movie I feel is very kind of forgotten, and it deserves a little bit more love. Especially, this is actually directed by Robert De Niro. But very, very good, very solid film. And De Niro kind of just plays a regular dad, hardworking blue collar dad is concerned for his son who's going over to the dark side of gangsterdom. And well acted movie, very, very solid flick. All right.
Also breaking racial stereotypes between people at that time.
Yes. Yes, that was important. Because remember, I need to rewatch this, and we may have talked about this before.
So you got a good one.
No. If any of you have seen this, I'll let one of you take it because remember, I need to rewatch it. Go for it.
It's been too long for me. I can't.
All right,
do it.
Daniel, it's yours.
Yeah,
Then. Go ahead.
I could, man. But you sure you really want me to? Because I don't want to re-spoil anything if you haven't seen it back, man.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I mean, like just like well, I mean, one of my favorite movies, especially when it comes to Halloween, you know, and Mary Shelley's Frankenstein was just 1994, man. I mean, that's just like a cool, basic, you know, sci-fi horror, you know, a little bit of all kinds of genres, taking it back to the Victorian age, Geneva, Victor Frankenstein, how he started, you know, how he had his love interest, which was Helen Bonham Carter, and it was Kenneth Branagh, and then Robert De Niro taking the main stage as the creature known as Frankenstein. And I mean, the whole his acting. Well, it's kind of hard to see how, you know, he really puts that emotion when he's under prosthetics. But I mean, just the overall story of kind of making it evenly, breaking the roles evenly between Victor Frankenstein and Robert De Niro's character as Frankenstein, and it's just it's great, man. It's horror aesthetic. It's got, you know, some intense, brutal scenes as far as taking it towards, you know, horror, not making it too bloody, but still making it to the point where the audience can relate. And as far as humanity, you know, turning their back on Frankenstein, he's an abomination to people. Yeah, man. I mean, like I said, once you rewatch it, man, you'll be like, oh, okay, now it's like, damn, it's a.
I have a feeling.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead, man.
I have a feeling when I rewatch it, I'll probably appreciate it a little bit more. But when I first watched it back then, again, I was young and dumb, and it was one of those I did not know in the original material. Frankenstein was actually smart. He was able to learn very quickly and fast, and he could speak, like talk, get into a conversation. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So when I saw the movie, I was like, "Whoa, Robert De Niro's the monster," and I liked Robert De Niro as the monster. And then it kind of like I was like, "What the fuck is happening right now?" He's sitting down next to a fire, chilling with the guy, and then the Frankenstein monster is like, "Yo, you know, so what's going on, man? What you been up to?" You know, he's just like talking normal like that, and it was like, I was like, "What the hell is this?" Because I'm used to burn, fire. That's what I'm used to. You know, I wasn't used to him just, "Hey, what's going on, man? Hey, you want to borrow your cell phone for a second? I gotta make a call." You know what I'm saying? You know, I didn't know. You know what I mean? But then now I know that in the original material, he was intelligent. He was able to learn fast and speak. So now that I know that, I'm going to go back and watch it again. And I have a feeling I'll enjoy it a lot more. But I do remember that scene where it was like fire in the background and he was outside and he starts screaming in rage and yelling. And he's like, "Ah!" I remember that. And I was like, that's pretty fucking dope, until he sat down and was talking about what we gonna eat at 5:00 today. But still, like I said, I didn't know the material then. Sexy Sumo says, "Watch it again, Phat Samurai Guy, now."
Yeah.
You're not the boss of me, man.
I keep my promises. Rips out her heart and says, "I keep my promises."
That was cool. I remember that. I do remember that. But it's definitely on the list for revisits. All right, what do we got here? Do you think it's underrated, Daniel?
Yeah,
Frankenstein.
Yeah. I think it's underrated, but I mean, still, they did have that. It did like you said before, and who else has said it? I think Eric has said it before. It still kind of has that whimsical kind of score kind of thing that makes it kind of like a little bit towards fantasy, but still adds the horror and adds the drama and the period piece, as it being like in the Victorian era of Europe and stuff. So I think it's underrated, but there's some little parts of it that can make it like, you know, kind of a little bit cheesy, but
right.
Like you said,
it's not perfect, but it's definitely has value and worth watching. Mm-hmm. Eric, because this is my channel, I'm cheating. And I'm cheating. So we're gonna skip 101 Nights. I'm gonna give you Casino, and I'm taking Heat. Sorry.
Uh-oh.
You gotta do that, man.
Dude, that's a hell of a dude. Casino and Heat came out the same year.
Man.
1995. That is insane. That is insane.
Wow.
I'll do Casino.
No, I could do Casino. But Casino, tale of greed, deception, money, power, etc., between two best friends, a mafia enforcer, and a casino executive. And directed by Scorsese. You got Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, Sharon Stone, James Woods, whole bunch of dudes. And, a lot of people compare this to Goodfellas, for certain reasons, of course. But what I liked about this movie is especially the first half, because I really liked the detail that they went into showing, how the workings of the casino industry and stuff like that. I really found it to be really interesting. And then when somebody tries to scam them, or that a few scenes where somebody tries to I guess screw the house over using dubious means to take care of business. I like all that stuff. The thing I don't like about this movie is Sharon Stone's character. I think it's just a totally uninteresting side plot that went on way too long. I just did not care about anything that was happening there. So that kind of downgrades the film for me, because after a while I'm like, really, we're still going on with this, huh? We're still doing this. Can we move on to something else a lot more interesting?
Right.
I just wish the film was about the casino industry. Screw Sharon Stone. Just get her out of the film completely. Find something else, or maybe minimize it something, and that would have made the film a lot better for me. But it's still a good film.
So you like her performance, but you hate the character.
The writing of the character, I mean, I understand why they did it, but it's just so one note. It's like, this is not interesting. It's just repetitive. It's
been a long time. I need to revisit it. I have the 4K Steelbook. I just haven't watched it yet, but I just remember she was just basically just a gold digger. That was about it.
Yeah. Like no development of her character at all.
But it's all about the pen is mightier than the sword in this, with Joe Pesci shaking that guy in the neck. That was great. I enjoyed that. But yeah, another well done. Do you see any fans of Casino over Goodfellas? Does that exist? Do you think?
Probably. I'm not one of those people.
But still, overall, a good movie.
Yeah.
Good movie. I agree with
Eric.
You're
right. They could have taken her character out, really.
Sharon Stone. Yeah, Sharon Stone's character could have been just, they could have toned her. They could have just cut her out a little bit more, not put so much of her character in the movie.
Yeah. All right. One of the worst movies of all time. We have 1995's Heat. It's garbage. It's a piece of trash. And yeah, that's it. All right. Thanks for joining the stream tonight, guys. No, I'm just kidding. Directed by one of Eric's favorites because of atmosphere. We have Michael Mann. That's right. Also, directed by Michael Mann. It's also starring Al Pacino, Val Kilmer. All right. So John Voight, a lot of people, Tom Sizemore, Ashley Judd, and Wes Studi, and many more. Honest opinion, as much as we enjoy the movie Heat, and it's one of the greats, and I still, again, what is it about Heat that I just feel like it's just not that many people talk about it? Like, it's not as, or do you think people talk about it too much? Like, I kind of feel like when people think of the classics, for some reason, Heat is like, he got Goodfellas and all the other Scorsese films. And for some reason, Heat is just as good as it is. For some reason, people don't go to it that much.
I would agree.
I've heard a lot of people bash Heat, believe it or not. I'm not one of those people, but I've heard a lot of people bash Heat, saying it's long, too drawn out, boring, and only remembered for the bank heist sequence. And I'm like, dude, were we watching the same movie? What movie were you watching, buddy? Yeah, so Heat is a classic, in my opinion, which also needs a fucking 4K release. I don't know why they are lagging on that, okay? But it's a classic. So those of you who have not seen Heat, it's about a group of professional bank robbers start to feel the heat from police when they unknowingly leave a clue at their latest heist. And you have the bank robbers led by Robert De Niro, who's fantastic in the film, but you got the police giving them heat, and the team led by Al Pacino. And my favorite line in the movie is,
"She's got a great."
You beat me to it, damn it!
Yeah,
she's got a great ass. Yeah,
aerodynamic.
One of the greatest lines and line deliveries in cinema history. So why'd you help her? Why'd you help her? Well, it's because she had a great ass. Fantastic.
She's got great ass.
Fantastic. Yes. The bank shootout sequence, since we're talking about it now, the heist is probably one of the greatest, most realistic feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Real. It felt real, that shootout sequence. Probably in movie history. Definitely one of the best. I have a question, Eric and Daniel, for you guys. Do you think they could have taken Val Kilmer's character out of the movie? Was his character really that necessary?
I don't know. I did like the dynamic that it went, though.
Okay.
I liked it. I wouldn't like it if they took that out. I don't think. I don't know.
I didn't mind his character, but then I guess you can say either way. I guess like a toss up.
Okay.
I guess you can say maybe he was already he was already decent, and like you said, like Eric said, it was a good he was a good part of the plot. But I mean, it could have. I think it's just my opinion though. I mean, I guess it could have been either way. Take him out
the only reason I brought it up is that was one of the other complaints of the movie, the people that don't like the film. I just want to hear your guys' take on it. But no, I think it was necessary to have him in the movie, especially with like you said, the dynamic between him and De Niro. And De Niro's he's straight up G in this. De Niro's a badass. He's just a straight up badass in this. But Eric, I'll give this to you. Briefly talk about the dinner scene.
Oh yeah, this is classic. I remember the first time I watched this movie, I stayed up till I think it was like a pay-per-view, and it started at 3 a.m. So I stayed up all night and watched it for the first pay-per-view showing. And this scene came up. It's just classic. You got these two guys who almost have kind of like a certain respect for one another, even though they're on opposite sides of the law. They're just sitting there at the dinner table. Yeah. Just talking, and it's, they're talking, and eventually it gets to the point where it's like, listen, man, if you get in my way, you're going down, man. I respect the way you do things, but you're going down. Don't do it. Don't do it. And there's just a real, and I like the ending too. The whole airport finale. That was sweet with the shadows and the light and stuff. That was a cool scene. So they didn't have a lot of time together, Pacino and De Niro, but I think it was good because when they came together, it was like big time moments. Yeah,
and another highlight of that dinner table was it was interesting because the performance was not like who can outact who can outact. I'm going to overact you. No, I'm going to overact you. It's just it was very subtle. It wasn't like, you're going down, it was any of that big acting. It was just very subtle. They both got their point across, and I like the dialogue in there when what was it? I believe it was something like, what was it? I only know how to do one thing, or something like that. Mm-hmm. And then De Niro said the same thing. He's like, I only know how to do one thing, and I'm going to do it. Mm-hmm. Something similar along those lines, but Heat is a classic, and more people know.
Oh, and one other moment that I love that my dad hated.
Which one?
Near the end, De Niro's in the car, and he's thinking, and he's just thinking in the car, and the girl's like, "Is there something wrong?" He's like, "No," and he's honest. He's gone. He's like, "No," and he gets on the exit ramp. And you're like, oh, damn, So he had to make that decision, and you don't want him to make it, but but it's a great scene. I love that scene.
Yeah, you wanted him to get away with the hot chick. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're like, come on, man, you're gonna get free, you're gonna get away. You know, but
Good stuff.
he had to go get revenge on this motherfucker. He had to get revenge. I like how he had the gun on him, and he's all, look at me.
Yeah.
Look at me. Boom. Wasn't Henry Rollins in this movie too? Like he was like in the background. But yeah, he is a definite classic though. And go ahead, Eric.
Is it me or is it Daniel in this one? Or, yeah, I think it's Daniel's turn because I took Casino.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
I haven't seen The Fan, but I will talk about Sleepers 1996.
I've been wanting to see Sleepers for a long time. I heard that was good. But yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Daniel.
You want me to? You want me to spoil it, man? I won't talk about
it.
No spoilers.
No spoilers for chat.
Okay, I'll just put it like this. Okay, I won't say Robert De Niro's role in this movie, but I will say that it does speak about abuse within the law enforcement system, and that's what I'll leave it at. And it's a good drama, and it's very impactful as far as minors and teenage kids, teenage boys, just in the legal system, and as far as being incarcerated.
Oh boy, I think I know. Okay.
Yeah, I also recommend this one. It's a very good movie.
Yeah,
who is Jason Patrick in this? Who else is in this?
Brad Pitt.
Yeah, Billy Crudup, Robert De Niro, Minnie Driver.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a even Dustin Hoffman is in this one.
Oh wow, the Hoff.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't remember seeing too much of him, but I mean, but you gotta. This
overall,
movie
it's a great movie. Okay.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's all I'll say about it because it's a good movie, man. I'd rather have you watch it and you'll be like, wow, it's a badass movie, especially the end. The end is one of the best parts, but then I'll just leave it at that.
Hey, you never know. I might have another series or I might stream PhatSamuraiGuy's never seen.
Yeah.
Just hey, I watched it for the first time yesterday. Let's talk about it. You never know. I might do that.
You have not seen The Fan either?
I have.
No.
Everybody hates that movie. I remember thinking it was pretty good. It was pretty good.
I have, but not enough. I don't remember it that much to talk about it. That's why I didn't really talk about it. But I do remember De Niro being good in it. Like I like when he shook hands with Wesley Snipes for the first time, and then Wesley tried to go away, and he kind of pulled them.
Yeah.
Was it the ending, or was it the ending that was kind of a letdown, or was it too much hype and expectation?
Maybe that's maybe
two guys in their prime, and I think people probably wanted another Cape Fear. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hey, maybe we should revisit that and talk about it. That'd be hilarious. We should do that.
But check out Sleepers, Phat Samurai, my brother. That's a badass movie.
We'll do. Let's see here. Marvin's Room. I have not seen that. Anybody?
Mm-mm.
Oh, this one I could talk about. 1997's Copland. I'll briefly talk about it because De Niro's got a small part in this. It's more of a Stallone vehicle. But yeah, 1997. Directed by James Mangold. The cast in this is insane. Stallone, Harvey Keitel, Ray Liotta, Peter Berg. Who else we got in here? Robert Patrick's great in here. We got Michael Rappaport. A lot of people in here. But yeah, it's about the sheriff of a suburban New Jersey community. It's populated by New York City police officers, and this slowly discovers the town is a front for mob connections and corruption. I feel like this movie is very underrated. It's one of those when you rewatch it, you like it more. I think people weren't ready for it at the time. I think they were like, "What the fuck is this? Fat Stallone, fat, slow talking Stallone. What is as a cop? What is this?" I think people couldn't get over that. But Stallone pulled the De Niro on this one. He went method, and he was very convincing. It was very convincing, and the action shootout at the end was it felt very realistic. There was a lot of suspense, great performances. I think Copland's a very underrated cop thriller, in my opinion. But De Niro's trying to help Stallone's character, but there's always friction back and forth. I remember that because it's been a long time since I've seen the movie. But let's be honest, the one line everybody remembers from Copland is De Niro saying, "You had your chance, but you blew it." That's it. Yeah, that's it. That's the only line. It's like the line everybody remembers, But Copland is solid. All right, go ahead, Eric. It's your show, buddy.
All right, let me make sure if I skip any, I want to say what they are, just so people know.
I know you're itching to get to Dirty Grandpa.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, we'll skip everything else. All right, yeah. So the next one, same year as Copland, is Jackie Brown.
Oh, shit.
Jackie Brown, 97. We got Quentin Tarantino. A middle-aged woman finds herself in the middle of a huge conflict that will either make her a profit or cost her life. Got Pam Grier in a big role here. You got Samuel L. Jackson, Robert Forster, Bridget Fonda, Michael Keaton. It's a pretty loaded cast.
Yeah.
I remember this being a good, solid flick from Tarantino. Yeah. You know what I mean? You got solid performances. You got a pretty good story here. It does a lot of moving around between the characters, obviously, as things are going down. I like the story, the way it plays out. The only thing I would say is that for this one, I didn't feel like the dialogue was as strong as some of Tarantino's other films, or at least as interesting and quirky, Yeah. And maybe the pacing was a little bit off. Also, I got to be honest, I thought Robert Forster was a little bit weak in this film, to be honest. I found his character to be a little bit on the dry and dull side when he was on screen. So because of those reasons, it's not one of my top tier Tarantino films, but it's still a good film, and I enjoy it.
Yeah. How dare you say that about Robert?
I generally like him.
No, I'm just messing with you.
2 words.
But yeah.
2 words for me. 2 words for me. Pam Grier and Bridget Fonda.
Yes.
Wow. Like I never thought I'd have a crush on Pam Grier, and this movie came out when I was a junior in high school, and I had the biggest crush on Pam Grier, dude. And I was like, wow, this chick is just hot, man. And of course the acting was great, and then Robert De Niro's character, Samuel L. Jackson. I mean, it was overall a good film, man. A basic Quentin Tarantino film, but it was fun, and I never got really bored of it. There were some times, like you said, like Eric was saying, like Robert Forster's could have added a little more to the character. He did feel like it was kind of lazy, but everything else was good in my opinion.
Yeah, another very well made, well done movie by Quentin. But did anybody laugh hysterically like I did when with Chris Tucker's death? I was laughing my ass off when they threw him in the trunk, drove him somewhere, and then opened up the trunk, and you didn't even see him. Oh, it was like a faraway shot, and you just heard Chris Tucker rambling. As soon as they opened up the trunk, hey man, come on, man, come on, pop, pop, click.
I remember, man. I remember.
Yeah, Pam Grier is one of my favorites as well, man. She's beautiful. Oh, Lady Fablin caught me.
Oh no,
man, I'm in trouble, Chad.
Oh no,
you said it. Yep.
She knows. She knows. Damn it, she knows my.
Just the crazy part. Just the crazy part. Bridget Fonda, man. When Bridget Fonda tells Robert De Niro, "Hey, want to fuck?"
That's hilarious. Surfer girl.
I saw that. I was like, "What the hell?" Just out of the blue. When I first saw, I was like, "What the fuck did she just say?" I was like, "Okay."
Yeah, but definitely an enjoyable flick. Let's see here. What do we got next? Who's next? Is it me? Who's next?
No, I had Jackie Brown. Next is Daniel.
Go for it, Daniel.
Okay. All right, let's see. I have not seen Wag the Dog, Great Expectations. I have seen Ronin though.
There you go, buddy.
I have seen Ronin.
I know.
Ronin, yeah,
man. Go for it, buddy. Go ahead.
Oh man, like I said, 1998, a freelancing former U.S. intelligence agent tries to track down a mysterious package that is wanted by Irish and the Russians. And I mean, just remembering this film, man. I mean, I semi remember it. I'll have Eric help me out with it. But I mean, it's been a long time since I seen it, but I just remember it being really freaking good, underrated. Yet it's like it's intense, man. It's intense. It's like it's not really like, you know, to the point where it's super like, you know, like a thriller, but it adds all kinds of, you know, aspects of what you would see in a movie. Thrillers, you have suspense, you have drama, and then you just have that part where it's just brutal, man.
Ridiculously underrated, this movie.
Yeah.
Like I almost feel like when this movie got out of the theater, it was instantly forgotten. Which is like, come on. Like I just, this is like a great movie. And I maybe I don't know, help me out, Eric. Maybe one of the reasons why people don't talk about this movie that much. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I might be wrong now. There may be more fans of this movie now. Maybe it's developing a cult following. I'm not sure. Chat, maybe you can help me out with that. But with Ronin, I think people wanted it to be an action flick with just action in it from beginning, middle, and end. And I think when you get one of the best car chase sequences in cinema history, real stunts, just no CGI fucking bullshit, real stuntman almost dying, like, you know, and you get some gunfire and explosions, and you know, at one point Robert De Niro pulls out a rocket launcher. I mean, there's some badass moments in here. I think maybe I'm reaching here, but I'm trying to figure out why no one's talking about this fucking movie. But I'm thinking they probably wanted that to be the focus. I think people who went to go see the movie, like, it's an action film. I'm here for action. Let's focus on that. And I want action, nonstop action thrill ride from beginning to end, all the way to the end, all the way to the end. And even at the end, if you think about it, there's no big, huge explosion. There's no big, huge, ridiculous shootout finale. The ending kind of just, it makes sense how it ends because they're chasing a guy to get information. So it makes sense how it ends with the story, but maybe people wanted nonstop action from beginning to end, and they just kind of came away with it with kind of like meh. What do you think? I'm trying to reach here because this is a fantastic flick that no one's talking about.
It's kind of like almost like a European espionage thriller kind of type thing. You know, where like what's in the case? It's something really important, and you got all these guys from these different countries trying to acquire it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's but I mean, even Sean Bean in this movie, the way his subplot rectifies, no one would ever predict that.
Yes.
Especially with Sean Bean in the role, if you know what I'm saying. So like I thought it was really interesting, even all the side characters, and it really well written. And it came correct with the action. But I think it's such a well packaged film. Yeah. It's high on my list of favorites, definitely.
And it's just one of the best car chase sequences in cinema history.
I think it's the best.
We're talking really over Bullet. Over Bullet?
Yeah.
Wow.
I would even say French Connection is up there too, and Bullet is up there too.
Yeah. Hey, I can't argue against it because Ronin is fantastic. So, but yeah, chat. If anyone's in chat and you have not seen Ronin, highly recommend you guys check that out. All right, what's next? I was lucky enough I saw that in theater. Oh, here's a fun one. All right, 1999's Analyze This. And I have an embarrassing story to tell. So this movie is directed by Harold Ramis. It stars De Niro, Billy Crystal, and Lisa Kudrow. It's a comedy about a psychiatrist whose number one patient is an insecure mob boss. And sir, we just want to let you know that you're fine. You didn't have a heart attack. You just had a panic attack. Who said panic? Who said panic? Yeah. The movie is fucking hilarious. But my embarrassing story was, it's just embarrassing to me because I usually don't do this in movie theaters. But when it got to the scene, basically, Robert De Niro's got father issues, right? And that's kind of like he misses his dad. His dad got gunned down in front of him when he was a kid, and now he's the head honcho now, and he's got his rivals and whatnot. But he's having issues dealing with it because he misses his dad, right? So he'll just start crying hysterically he's like a badass, but then he'll sit down and watch like a commercial where it's all like heartwarming commercial, and he'll just start crying hysterically. It's so funny. It's so funny, and Billy Crystal's great in the movie too. But the funny story was when it got to the scene. This was the last thing on the planet Earth I was ever going to expect to happen or see in the movie. Was when they recreate the scene from Godfather the first Godfather. They recreate the scene from the first Godfather where Marlon Brando's going to buy some fruit, and Fredo, the useless son, is just useless, standing over there being useless. And, people show up to kill Marlon Brando. He runs away, he gets shot, and Fredo panics. And so he's got the gun and pistol in his hand. He's like bouncing the pistol around like he's useless, right? They recreated that scene because De Niro was having a dream. No, Billy Crystal was, right? Was it Crystal? No, it was Billy Crystal. He had the dream. Billy Crystal had the dream. And he was dreaming that he was Fredo. No, he was dreaming that he was Marlon Brando's character going to buy fruit. He runs to the car. It's just like the movie. And De Niro pops out of the car like Fredo, bouncing the pistol around, and then yelling, "Papa, Papa, Papa." I screamed in the movie theater. Nobody got it. Nobody else got it but me. And my dad was with me. He was laughing, but I was in the theater like, soon as I saw De Niro get out and he bouncing out of the theater, I was like, ah! Like I screamed hysterically. And then I was really embarrassed, and I sat down in my seat in utter shame after that. Hilarious. We'll get to analyze that later. We'll get to that. Anyway, highly recommend analyze this. It's fucking hilarious. Sorry. I had to tell a little funny story to you guys. All right, what's next?
All right. So this is my favorite part of the show. This is the part where I become completely useless and everyone else can keep talking about the movies. Because at this point, I don't know what to tell you. Even like Meet the Parents, I think I might have seen, but I don't even remember it. So you guys are gonna have to figure out a game plan.
Oh, Men of Honor. I've seen Men of Honor.
Okay.
What's okay? We got. Let's see here. So we got
Flawless.
Haven't seen. Okay, Flawless. No.
Oh, Rocky and Bullwinkle. Oh, somebody had to have seen that thing.
I've never seen it. I just remember the scene in it.
I've never seen it either. I've never seen it.
Yeah, he kind of recreates the line from Taxi Driver, I think, in that.
Mm-hmm.
But as the villain, I have not seen that one.
And then Men of Honor.
Go ahead, Daniel. Talk about Men of Honor. That came out in the year 2000.
Yeah, man. My dad had bought this on VHS. I have it on VHS too, and we saw it. He bought it. You know what? They said it was a good movie, so we watched it, and I was like, it's a pretty damn good movie, man. And of course, it has Robert De Niro, Cuba Gooding Jr., Charlize Theron. I can't pronounce her name, and June Ellis, and Michael Rappaport. Is that it? Is that what it is?
Rappaport.
Oh, they even have Powers Booth. Oh, they even have Powers Booth in it too.
Oh, sweet.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, but it's basically just another film about how the African American brothers struggled in at that point in time in the military. There was still a lot of discrimination and stuff like that, and he wanted to be a Navy diver, and he wanted to be the first African American Navy diver. He goes through a lot of the trials and tribulations of going through discrimination, and Robert De Niro's character was at that point, he was just like he was also a Navy diver, but he had a lot of problems. He was dealing with alcohol, he was dealing with drugs, he was kind of he would lose his shit when he would be getting intoxicated, going to bars, and and they hated each other at first. They didn't get along. Cuba Gooding Jr.'s character and Robert De Niro's character, and then towards the end, Robert De Niro starts to actually realize his worth, and that he really wants to try. He really wants to put in the effort to become the first African American Navy diver. And something happens. He gets his leg. Cuba Gooding Jr.'s character gets his leg chopped off by some kind of accident while he was actually diving, and then he gets amputated. he wants to get reinstated as a Navy diver, even with being, the first person with the first diver with a prosthetic limb. And then Robert De Niro's character helps him go through the whole court process and tells him, you got to do this, helps him get in shape, being a prosthetic. And it's a real good drama flick. It's got its real good points, some little cheesy points, but it's basically more about discrimination and just overcoming the fact that he did his thing, and he actually made it, even though he was the first amputee Navy diver in history, I think it was.
Right.
Based on the movie. So,
and I think I've heard nothing but good things about it. And I know you recommended it to me in the past. It'll be in the queue with sleepers. I'll have to put it in there as well. But still, at this point in De Niro's career, he's still respectable.
Yeah.
He's still kind of up there. Eric, I'll just briefly talk about the next two, and then you can keep going. So Meet the Parents. I'm sure everyone's seen that movie by now. You have Ben Stiller trying to impress, Robert De Niro, the dad, because he wants to marry the daughter, and we have shenanigans. I remember, I saw it in the theater. I remember it being kind of fun, not midnight run fun, but I remember it being okay. But it was one of those, well, that was all right, right? And then you instantly forget about it after you walk out the theater. But I remember they're making another one, and then after that, they're making another one. I was just totally kind of checked out from it. So when we get to the Meet of the Parents sequels, chat, let us know if we should even bother watching those. But I seen this movie in the theater. It's called 15 Minutes. Did you see this one?
Nope. But I heard about it.
Oh, so you know.
I just heard about it, bro.
So, what did you hear though? I'm curious. Did you hear it?
I just heard it wasn't good. Is all I heard.
Okay, I need to rewatch it because I've only seen it once in theater a long time ago. But it's a homicide. Excuse me. It's directed by John Herzfeld. It's about a homicide detective and a fire marshal must stop a pair of murderers who commit videotaped crimes to become basically social media darlings when there's no social media then. But I remember enjoying watching what I saw until something happens in the movie. I'm not going to spoil it, but something happens that it was very unexpected. And I remember when it happens in the movie, I remember the theater going, I remember the theater kind of being quiet for the rest of the movie. And maybe the theater kind of checked out as well as I did. Because I was just kind of oh. So it's kind of a ballsy move. It was interesting that they chose to make that decision. And I'm sure if you've seen 15 Minutes, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, if something happens to a main character later and you're going to be like, oh shit, did that actually just happen? But again, I've only seen it once, but I remember it being okay, serviceable, a good time waster. I wasn't offended with 15 Minutes. But then again, if I watch it now, you never know. Go for it, buddy.
Have not seen The Score.
I heard that was really good, but never seen it.
That's one from 2001. It's got Edward Norton, Marlon Brando, Angela Bassett. So it's got a good cast. I think I might have seen parts of this and thought those parts I saw were good, but I never actually sat down to watch the entire film.
Yeah, I heard it was kind of a hit. It wasn't kind of like a sleeper hit. It came out and it did well. I remember people kind of talking about it. I remember it being pretty good. Still, at this point, De Niro's credibility is still respectable, which might change by the time we get to Godsend. So next up we have Showtime. Did you see Showtime, Eric?
Nope.
Daniel?
No.
I remember the commercials looked hilarious. The concept looked funny. Eddie Murphy is just an actor. He wanted some hands-on experience for an action role, for a cop role, and then they hired De Niro, who's a real cop. And then Shenanigans. But I haven't seen it. City by the Sea, I have not seen either. Remember, chat, whatever titles I'm mentioning, let us know, yay or nay for those. And then Analyze That. All I saw was a few scenes of Analyze That, and I was done analyzing it.
Wow.
I remember I clicked on it like in the middle, like towards the beginning, and you see Robert De Niro in prison trying to distract guards or something like that, and he does a song from West Side Story because funny. He's on top of the table. When you're a jet all the way. And I'm just like, oh fuck. They went from Beverly Hills Cop to Beverly Hills Cop 3 in this one, apparently.
Oh wow! If you're making that comparison,
that was the vibe I was getting. Now maybe
I could see that. Yeah,
maybe later it got funny, but I've seen too much. Like I've seen enough scenes of Analyze That to know. Well, yeah, it's not going to give me the same screaming in the theater hilariosity that I got from the first one. Let's see, where are we here? Okay, I have not seen Godsend, but I'm going to talk about it. And I mentioned it when I was talking with Sam Kench from Brickwall Pictures for our "Is It Really That Bad" episode. If you've missed that one, make sure you guys check it out. But I kept making them laugh. This is like, I think this is maybe the beginning of the end here for De Niro. Mm-hmm. This got a 4.8 out of 10 on IMDb. It's about a couple agree to have their deceased son cloned under the supervision of an enigmatic doctor, but bizarre things start to happen several years after his rebirth. This stars Greg Kinnear. Maybe this was the downfall for him too. Rebecca Romaine Stamos, and nobody else that we give a shit about. So all I remember, bro, is the damn fucking hilarious commercial advertisement for Godsend. And I was just like, oh no, what is happening now? And I kept imitating it for Sam Kench, and he kept laughing. But all I remember was, I mean, obviously they get the clone, baby. And then the baby grows up, right? Or, he's a little young kid and he's acting weird or whatever, and things are happening and shenanigans and whatever the fuck. And so the parents are angry, right? So they go back to De Niro, who's the evil scientist or whatnot, the doctor, and they're all like, what did you do to him? What did you do to him? I remember this in the commercial, and it was some of the worst. I mean, this acting's bad, and this is Robert De Niro we're talking about. So either he didn't give a shit, or the director was like, no, it's a good enough take. It's fine. We don't need to redo that. But all I remember from the commercial, chat, you can go to YouTube and look up the trailer for this movie. Like, you did this to our son. You did this. What did you do? You did this. And De Niro goes, no. We have done that. Oh my god! And I was sitting at home watching the commercial, and I had the same reaction I had when Analyze This. I was watching, I went, screaming, laughing so hard. I was like, "What the fuck is that?" I remember I had the Lady Fat Blood. Yeah, the commercial came on. I dragged her in the room. I was like, "Watch this! Watch this horrible acting! You did this to him! You did this!" No. We no, whether they use that take in the actual movie, I don't know. Because sometimes you get a different take when you actually watch the movie. They may have realized it was bad. Do you remember The Sixth Day with Arnold Schwarzenegger? Do you remember in the trailer he says clone this? And then when you watch the movie, that's not in there.
That's the marketing team's fault, man.
Yeah. You never know.
Trailer.
We may not have made the final cut. So there you go. There you go, chat. I had to make you laugh. You know how it is here on the stream. But Michael Gonzalez says, such a bad movie. Tribal Chief says, Godsend send damages to De Niro's career, so it's a nay. Yeah, this might be the beginning of the end here. There you go. There you go, Tribal Chief. We did this to it's too much fun. But I had to throw in, that was my Godsend experience. I don't even have to watch the movie. I just want to remember the movie for that trailer. All right. Who's next? Is it me?
I think it's I think it's me, but I haven't seen as far as that goes as Men of Honor, man. That's all I can really.
Okay.
That's all I can really know about. I mean, I'm just trying to see. I'm trying to see if there's any here I can remember, but that I maybe saw. But
well,
yeah,
I'll take Stardust.
Cool.
Stardust. Did you see this one, Eric?
No.
I enjoyed this one. It's another one of those fun fantasy flicks. The special effects were fun for its time. But this is directed by Matthew Vaughn. That's right, the director who did First Class, who did Kingsman, and the first Kick-Ass film. This is from him. And it stars Charlie Cox, Claire Danes, Sierra Miller, Ben Barnes, David Kelly. But let's get to the big one here. Oh my God, Henry Cavill's in this. Now, it's been years since I've seen this. It's been years. Wow, Mark Strong is in this too. Holy crap, a lot of people in here. But
in this one?
Yeah, Michelle Pfeiffer's like the evil witch in this one, and De Niro.
Okay.
Yeah, De Niro play. This may be based off of a comic book. This might be a comic book film. I'm not sure about that. But the plot is, in a countryside town bordering on a magical land, a young man makes a promise to his beloved that he'll retrieve a fallen star by venturing into the magical realm. So it sounds a little sappy, and it sounds like something PhatSamuraiGuy wouldn't look at twice. But I gave it a shot, and me and Lady Fatblood enjoyed it, man. There's some fun action scenes in here. There's a scene at the end where Michelle Pfeiffer's controlling someone's body that's basically dead, but it has a sword. So Charlie Cox is like using his. So we have a straight up sword duel, but the guy's dead. He's like fighting like this. There was some creative, because she's controlling him with her powers. There were some creative moments in this, but the damn hilarious part was badass. Don't fuck with Robert De Niro, basically his pirate captain. He's all badass the whole movie, and then you find out later that he has a little bit of a fabulous side, and he likes to try on dresses and be pretty flamboyant, and it's hilarious because when this men come in, he's all like, but when they leave, he's just like, woo. But it's hilarious because De Niro sells it. Like it's actually legitimately funny seeing him, be like that. And it's a fun movie, and it's a lost movie. Nobody talks about it, but it's a fun fantasy flick. I mean, the special effects are probably dated by now because this is 2007. Mm-hmm. The tribal chief says Stardust is a fun turn your brain off. Yay! There you go. Yeah, it's a fun movie. It definitely has its moments. All right. Let me get back to the knit of the grit here. And you never know. This may be the end. This might be my last De Niro movie I've seen. Put it this way. His performance in Stardust was a lot better than Wee. All right. Oh, now I heard it's terrible, Eric. I have not seen it.
Righteous Kill?
Yeah.
I heard it's terrible, too. That's why I didn't watch it.
Horrid. All right, so we already know Daniel hasn't seen anything from this. He hasn't seen anything from this on. So I'm just going to read. So chat, yay or nay this. Yay or nay. Everybody's fine. Machete, he had a small part in that. He was funny in that.
It was tiny. I was going to mention it, but I said no.
He had like a corrupt politician, right?
Yeah, but it was really small.
Yeah, small role.
Real small role.
But I remember kind of laughing at it because it was ridiculous what they were having him do. But Little Fockers, no. Stone, no. The Ages of Love, nope. Limitless. I remember this was kind of a hit when they came out. Wasn't this kind of a sleeper hit with?
I have heard good things about it. I just never got around to watching it. Bradley Cooper,
yeah, and there was a TV show of this too, wasn't there? Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm sure De Niro probably has a small part in that. Killer Elite? I actually have that on Blu-ray. It's a remake of an old James Caan movie that I need to try to track down and find. I need to buy that movie because ninjas show up at the end. Yeah, that happens. With Mako. That's right. Killer Elite I think it's a remake with Clive Owen and Jason Statham. But I have it on Blu-ray. I just haven't watched it yet. New Year's Eve. Red Lights, Being Flynn, Freelancers. Now, this was a big one. I have it on Blu-ray, but I haven't watched it yet. You noticing a theme here? Silver Linings Playbook. Wasn't this like a big deal when this came out?
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
I actually did watch it. Yeah.
All right. You want to talk about that one?
Yeah.
Go
It's
for
kind
it.
of a romantic comedy. And after a stint in a mental institution, a former teacher moves back in with his parents and tries to reconcile with his ex-wife.
Okay.
And this is Bradley Cooper, Jennifer Lawrence when she was really getting super, on fire in her career, and then De Niro. And I remember it actually being pretty good.
Okay.
I think it has good performances. And I remember De Niro being good in this. He was actually good. Effective chemistry, because they're in a romance film. You want that chemistry. I think they had good chemistry here.
Okay.
A few funny moments. I do feel like the runtime maybe a tad on the long side, but I did think it was a good movie, and it's worth checking out. I liked it.
Nice. Good. I didn't buy a stinker. Because sometimes I'll see Blu-rays on sale, back in the day, not so much now, but I'll see Blu-rays on sale for cheap and like $4 or $5. I'm like, I heard this was good and I bought it, but it's just been in the wallet for years. I haven't watched it, but at least I know when I finally bust it out 10 years from now, I know it's not going to be a bad movie. And Jennifer Lawrence is a plus. But cool. De Niro was good in there, so yay. What was this at the time kind of considered kind of a comeback?
Probably.
Okay. For him? All right. Tribal Chief says De Niro was nominated for Best Supporting Actor for that movie. So, yeah, there you go. Interesting. Trado says Silver Linings Playbook was good. Deals with mental health and solid cast. Christopher Gupton says it was interesting. He didn't hate it. So he was kind of meh on it. Okay. Samuel Stokes says the score was good. All right. He also says 50 minutes was wild. All right. Let's keep going because we're probably going to have a lot here. Let's keep it crack-a-lacking here. The Big Wedding. Now, I am tempted to watch this next movie because I heard it's horrible, and I'm curious if I should make it. Is it really that bad episode, or just watch it out of curiosity? Just out of curiosity. Killing Season.
With Travolta.
Yes. Have you seen this? What was a Serbian accent he was trying to pull off in that movie?
I don't know, man.
That's what I heard. I heard his accent is atrocious. Have you? So you haven't seen it? No one's seen that one. Chat, let us know if Killing Season's a yay or a nay, or at least worth watching to see, if it's so that bad. But yeah, I heard it's pretty horrible. Now, this I heard was around the time. This is kind of his return to form, back playing the kind of a gangster type. It's an R-rated comedy, so I'm all for that, but I haven't seen it. Has anyone seen The Family? 2013. This stars, I think the team's back up with Michelle Pfeiffer in this. Dude, this is directed by Luc Besson? I did not know that.
I didn't know that either.
I had no idea it was directed by him.
Well, Besson nowadays kind of useless, but
I
don't know. I don't know at this point in his career. With
I have not seen Anna yet. Don't tell me anything yet. I haven't seen Anna yet, but yeah. All right. So, chat, let us know if The Family was actually okay. But it says the Mazzoni family, a notorious mafia clan, is relocated to Normandy, France, under the Witness Protection Program, where fitting in soon becomes challenging as their old habits die hard. So let us know if that was even worth checking out there. That came out in 2013. All right. We're slowly catching up here. All right. So we have, what is next here? So I'm just going to name out shit. So Eric, if you want to take it, just do it. If you know anything. So Las Vegas, was this actually pretty funny?
I don't know.
That was, let me see if that's the movie where he teamed up with Morgan Freeman, and I think it was, yes. So I got a 6.6 out of 10. Chat, let me know if Las Vegas is worth watching. So 4 friends take a break from their day-to-day lives to throw a bachelor party in Las Vegas for their last remaining single pal. I don't know, IMDb. What the hell? Who's write these plot synopsises for IMDb sometimes? But you got big wigs in here. You got Douglas, De Niro, Freeman, and Klein. And I heard this was fun, but I've never seen it. So we'll move on here.
I think I have seen American Hustle.
I have, yes, I've seen that one. Oh, I didn't know that was the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and take that one, man.
You might not like what I have to say about it.
Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine, and I'll take the next one.
American Hustle. I think this one was like nominated for awards and stuff, which is probably the reason why I watched it.
Yeah.
A con man, along with his seductive partner, is forced to work for a wild FBI agent who pushes them into the world of Jersey power brokers and the mafia. Good cast. You got Christian Bale, Bradley Cooper,
I think
Jeremy Renner.
Too.
Yeah, Jennifer Lawrence, Louis C.K. I think the only performance I didn't really like in it was Amy Adams, but I'm generally not that big of a fan of hers. I like some of her stuff, but some of it not.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'll go to my notes because they're kind of funny.
Okay.
This cast is good. All right. The film goes in circles while contributing lots of boring dialogue and narration. Tries to be dramatic without earning it through proper character development, and then it rushes through everything without even bothering to engage the viewer with anything interesting. The entire sting operation falls flat, and the 138-minute runtime is mostly wasted. Those are what my notes say. But I'm probably a minority because it gets good reviews, I think.
I was okay with it. I didn't love it. I do own it, but it was the same thing. It was like $5 Blu-ray, and because of the cast, I just blind bought it. I was okay with it. I do remember the De Niro scene came in, and he just sat there, and it was kind of more of an intimidation factor because I think it was like dealings going on, and Christian Bale didn't want to fuck it up, and De Niro I just remember De Niro sitting there and just looking at him like, and you don't know if he was on to him or not. But what did you think of Christian Bale's performance in that movie? He went method in that, didn't he? Well, he always goes method anyway.
Yeah, I remember him being good.
Yeah, he gained weight. I remember that. Honest opinion of Jennifer Lawrence is her. Honest opinion of her as an actress.
I think she's good at times. I think she's maybe has a little bit of an attitude problem in real life, and she seems kind of wishy-washy with the whole X-Men thing. She kind of put a bad taste in my mouth with her. It's like,
it's terrible.
I mean, she just didn't even bother trying anymore in those films, which is really bad if you're an actor. So I don't know. I mean, I've seen her and liked her in some stuff, but those Hunger Games films, I didn't like any of those. So I don't know.
Just watch the first Battle Royale movie, and we're good to go. Whatchamacallit? I don't remember it that well. I just remember I was okay with it. But I remember later though, the move after the awards and all that, I remember the movie started to get bashed on by people, calling it a Martin Scorsese wannabe, calling it like, hey, the director wanted to make a Martin Scorsese film. Here you go.
Yeah, I could see it maybe.
Yeah, I can kind of see that, except it didn't really succeed. Well, the Academy Awards thought it did.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Christopher Gupton. Yeah, she likes the smell of her own farts. A tad pretentious. Brad Movie says Killing Season is trash. Tribal Chief says Las Vegas is a nay. He says The Family is a yay. He says it's a fun action thriller. Okay. Catching up with chat here. Okay.
Yeah, I never saw the Hunger Games.
Came out the same year. Came out the same year as Wolf of Wall Street. Oh God. Are you serious? Dude, Wolf of Wall Street destroys American Hustle.
It's not even close.
It's not even. So Retro Leo was telling me that he's heard that it's kind of a thing to snub Scorsese. Like that became a thing until they were like, all right, fine, we'll give you best director for the Departed. Fine, go ahead.
That's what it seemed like to me when it all went down.
Wow. So that's true then. Wait a minute, dude. Are you? Hold on. Yeah. All right. So American Hustle came out when? Let's see. 2013. Can you check real quick when Wolf of Wall Street came out? You mean to tell me American Hustle beat and destroyed Wolf of Wall Street? That is absurd.
Where, at the awards?
That's crazy.
Or where?
I just want to see if they came out the same year, because that's what somebody in chat said right now. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, 2013 is Wolf of Wall Street.
Okay, that is ridiculous. If American Hustle got Best Picture and not Wolf of Wall Street.
No, I don't think it did. But I think it. Let me look it up right now. Take a look at the awards.
DiCaprio got nominated, but he didn't win it until Revenant, right? The Revenant,
right?
When he got the Oscar.
No, American Hustle didn't win Best Picture that year.
Okay.
I don't think it really won much. It was nominated for a lot of stuff. I think.
Okay.
I don't think it won much.
I was about to say, dude, that would have been horrible.
Yeah.
That would have been terrible. Okay. All right. I don't have to have a heart attack right now.
Right.
That would have been terrible, dude.
Wall Street puts American Hustle in the corner. We've seen that, man.
Yeah, there's no comparison. There's no comparison. Okay. Life is good. We can move on. All right. Oh God. The same year, and I'll tell this story again for chat for hanging out with us. Thanks again, guys, for hanging out with us. I'll never forget it. I was watching YouTube. I don't remember what video I was watching. And then something came on. It looked like an advertisement, maybe a TV spot trailer, kind of. And I saw Stallone. It looked like he was playing a boxer again. And then later in the trailer, I saw Robert De Niro playing a boxer again, and then they were rivals, and then they end up fighting each other at the end of the movie, and then the trailer ended, and I literally thought it was a joke. I said, dude, this is one of those, what is it? Is it not funny or
like fake trailers or something like that? Or
like, dude, I was like, this is not real. I was stunned. I was like, am I in Bizarro world right now? Like, what is happening right now? Nope, it's a real movie. And I was so embarrassed by it that I did not want to actually pay money and sit in the theater to see it. But since I'm Stallone and De Niro bias and it involves boxing, I bought it on Blu-ray for $5. And it actually was okay. It's still fucking weird though. It's still weird, but it still feels like a fake Bizarro World movie. But De Niro in that movie kind of stole every scene. Stallone was just Stallone. It was weird. Like it's like he wasn't Rocky, but he was. It's just kind of like you're playing a different boxer. You can kind of try to act a little different, but it was so strange. But De Niro basically showing up talking shit because, of course, the rivalry was over. A woman. So, you got to fight to the death. But it was actually okay. I know. Did I only seen it once though? If I watch it again now, I might be embarrassed that I own it. But I've seen way worse movies. So De Niro was nominated for Silver Linings, Eric. Mm-hmm. There you go.
Trey over is Italian Stallion.
Huh? Pretty much, dude. I mean,
versus the Italian Stallion.
Is this instead of before the Marvel Cinematic Universe, we had the boxing verse or something. Like it was so weird. But we have De Niro. Let's see what else we have here. So it's pretty split. So Trado says Grudge Match wasn't too bad, and then Andre says it was terrible. But then Christopher Gupton says Grudge Match is a guilty pleasure for me because I didn't like it, and it's not a good movie, but I like to suspend disbelief and see Raging Bull and Rocky fight. I usually will watch it if it's on TV. So there you go. And then wonder why I did. Like I said, I've seen worse movies. It's just so weird that movie exists. But it's not a great movie. It's not great. But yeah, I literally thought it was fake. I thought this was a fake movie. You want to keep going? Just reading off the titles there, Eric?
You got the Bag Man from 2014.
That's John Cusack in that. I haven't seen it though.
The Intern from 2015.
And that got some buzz, didn't it?
Actually, I might have seen this. Let me check my notes.
Okay. I think that got some buzz.
No, I have not seen it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the one with Anne Hathaway and Rene Russo. Yeah. And, he's a 70-year-old widower and has discovered that retirement isn't all it's cracked up to be. So he seizes an opportunity to get back into the game, and he becomes a senior intern at an online fashion site. So, yeah, it's just some pretty good ratings. I probably should check that one out a little bit. It looks decent.
Yeah. I remember hearing good things about it. Heist. Haven't seen that. Joy. Have not seen that. I heard Joy was weird, but Jennifer Lawrence was in that. I heard that was weird. And now your favorite, Dirty Grandpa. What did Dirty Grandpa get? I wonder the rating it got. Wait, he was in Hands of Stone? I don't remember him being in Hands of Stone. Hold on a second. Is that the Roberto Duran boxing movie? Dude, I do not remember. For some reason, I don't remember Robert De Niro being in that movie. It was a solid biopic. The Hands of Stone. It was a solid biopic film.
Yeah, you would think I would have saw that, but I've never seen it either.
Yeah, check it out, Daniel. Check it out. It's solid. The Comedian. You seen that one?
No.
Is this a loose sequel to The King of Comedy?
Oh, man, that would make it even worse.
2016. All right. And, of course, fast forward here, 2019 Joker. Do we really need to talk about that one? I think everyone's on the same board that they enjoyed it for, or even if they didn't like it, they can appreciate it, what it was trying to do. But yeah, he has a small role in that. Well, we can go ahead and kick it off to The Irishman. You've seen that one, right, Eric?
I have.
All right. That's probably going to be the last one on here because let's see. The War with Grandpa, that looked atrocious. The Comeback Trail, don't know anything about that. And all these other movies are like upcoming and pre-production on here. So this is kind of perfect circle. Come right back around to Martin Scorsese again, coming back to direct, teaming up with Pacino and Joe Pesci. And this is probably the best way to end the filmography discussion right here with The Irishman. So go ahead, Eric, kick it away.
Yeah, an old man recalls his time painting houses for his friend Jimmy Hoffa through the 1950s to the 1970s. Yeah, and then very solid cast. Harvey Keitel comes back, and there's some other good stuff here.
I didn't know he was in that one too.
Yeah, so this one is again, it's one of those ones where you have a good overall quality in terms of the performances and the direction.
Right.
Overall, I think it's a pretty good film, but I had problems with the runtime. I did feel it was kind of treading old water again, kind of like doing kind of the same or similar things. It does in a different ways because these guys are older now, but I thought it was like a watchable flick, but I did not feel like it's something that I would ever really want to watch again. Was how I came away with this. The story itself, even though the acting and the directing is good, stories it's all right. You know what I mean? It's kind of engaging, but it's not riveting, is what I'm really trying to say. So
it doesn't rivet.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's like I said, it's a pretty good flick.
Okay.
One-time viewing for me, but I don't see myself watching this really ever again.
Okay, so overall, like you said, quality, story was good, performances were good. You have the classic Scorsese style of directing, just a little bit too long, but overall a good watch, just not a rewatchable movie.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm probably going to end up buying the Criterion Collection version just to own it. I mean, I bought Grudge Match for fuck's sake, so I gotta redeem buying Grudge Match. Oh man, well there you go. Chat, Irishman, give us your thoughts. Also, let us know what are your guys' favorite De Niro films. Let me come scroll back up here, see if I missed anything here. All right. So Silver Linings Playbook was very good. All right. Michael Gonzalez says The Intern was good. Samuel Stokes says The Family was okay. Steven says my favorite Robert De Niro film is Mean Streets. All right.
Nice.
All right. Okay. Tribal Chief says The Intern is a yay. Andre says, I admit I watched The Intern because I have a crush on Anne Hathaway.
Enough, my friend. Enough reason.
Hey, we were just talking about Pam Grier and Surfer Girl earlier, so it's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good. Samuel says Las Vegas was entertaining. Gonzalez says The Irishman was one of his better movies in his opinion. All right. Imran says Irishman is great. Hold on, let me go back up. Feels like the end of an era. I could see that. I still don't want to believe De Niro did Dirty Grandpa. I felt the same way seeing Pacino and Jack and Jill. My balls still hurt from being stomped. Pacino. Oh my God. Oh, Orlando liked Grudge Match. He saw it in the theaters. All right. All right. Favorite De Niro film for Michael is Goodfellas. Brad says we should do Bruce Willis next. That's going to be another one towards the end.
Speed round, lightning round.
Any of this shit. Shit, maybe we should just end it on Looper. Maybe we should get the Looper and just stop.
Will we survive Die Hard 5 in that discussion? Just end the stream will just collapse in and on itself.
I'm down to do Bruce Willis one in the future, sure. Let's see here. Imran's favorite De Niro movie is Taxi Driver. He also likes, he says Raging Bull is a close second. Trado says favorite De Niro flicks, A Bronx Tale, Godfather 2, Goodfellas, Casino, and Heat. How come no one's mentioning A Shark's Tale? It's a joke. All right. Irishman, Pacino steals it, so it's a yay. So, yeah, so chats, the Movie Dojo Army, they're all on the same board here.
I'd say, 3, I don't know, in terms of just pure entertainment value, I really do like, Midnight Run, Ronin, and Heat are like really high on my favorite De Niro films list.
Yes.
If you just take like sitting down with a thing of popcorn and just, you know what I mean? Those are high on my list.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't deny that.
I still love
and if you're
watch that movie over and
Oh
over.
yeah.
Oh yeah. But if you're in a thriller mode or mood, Cape Fear, baby.
Oh, God.
Dun, 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 dun. Come on, wherever you are, counselor. Love it.
Christopher didn't like The Irishman there.
Oh, let me see. Irishman was pretty boring. I thought it was overrated. It's not terrible, but it seemed it got a pass because of what everyone did prior. Oh,
I can see that.
Interesting. Throwing shots.
Mm-hmm.
Throwing shots. Some grudge match shots. You know what I'm saying? Oh man. Raging Bull is another movie that's like I was mentioning earlier. I love that movie so much, but that's a once in a while movie. Like I can't watch Raging Bull every day of the week. Then I'll go insane. Well, this was fun talking about De Niro, and he's definitely one of our favorite actors of all time. And there's so many of them out there, and it's unfortunate. We don't want to see our heroes eventually go into the straight to video B movie bin lot. but it's unavoidable. I can't really think of an old classic actor that at some point did not like go to the straight to video realm.
Tom Cruise is surviving right now. Tom Cruise is surviving.
Oh, that's true.
We'll see what happens, but
that's true. Is he surviving still after that rant he made? Or is he canceled? That's it. Mission Impossible franchise is canceled now because a celebrity ranted. Oh no, it's the end of the world. Yeah, it's a good one. Tom Cruise, you're right. You'd think, you know what? You'd think he would probably at some point would have made a whole bunch of straight to video movies. Because look at John Cusack. Could someone, the Sack? Could someone explain to me why? I think I may have mentioned this before, but why some of these classic actors that are not known to do action flicks? What's the straight thing? What's the straight genre they go to when they go to straight to video DVD movies? Action movies. Like, when did John Cusack become, hey, we're making this badass action movie, man. Yeah. Please tell me you signed up John Cusack.
Well, he was in Con Air, wasn't he? Yeah.
Well, it's the same thing with Cuba Gooding Jr. Known to be a dramatic actor, like Daniel pointed out with Men of Honor and Boys in the Hood. Action martial arts star, straight to. Why? Can we stop doing it? It's either action or horror schlock. It's like, come on, man. It's like, why does this always happen? Can't they just be in dramatic movies, like straight to video dramatic films? As long as it's not Lifetime bullshit, but or pure flicks. As long as it's not that kind of garbage. Robert, what's going on, buddy? He says Cape Fear and Goodfellas are classics. Yes. We have not talked about Harrison Ford movies, Michael. That could be a future stream as well. That sounds like fun. There's another one. Adrian Brody. There's another one. Why is Adrian Brody in action movies? Could someone explain this? Tribal Chief says, "We're No Angels" with Sean Penn is a yay. All right. That's cool. John Cusack was a hitman in Grosse Point Blank. I know that, and that's a great movie. And I know I love that movie, and I know he's trained by Benny the Jet Urquidez in kickboxing in real life. I know this. But over his filmography, he is not known to be an action guy. And the point I'm trying to make is all these great actors, when their careers die, they become action stars in the straight-to-video market. It's just bizarre to me. It's just weird.
Liam Neeson. I mean, he was in Taken and stuff. Did he do a lot before? I'm trying to think of other action movies he was in early in his career. He was more of a dramatic guy, right?
Yeah, because Rob Roy, he had a sword fight at the end. Next of Kin. Well, that was
Darkman.
Yeah, but it was a superhero flick.
Yeah.
But I mean,
was it Darkman?
He was Darkman.
Oh wow, I thought it was.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm thinking about something different. Yeah, I'm thinking about The Shadow.
Yeah, that's Alec Baldwin. Alec Baldwin. Yeah. But yeah, it's like in terms of being, he's probably done action here and there, but in terms of being known as action movie star, not really.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You're
right.
But I can see if he starts making straight to video movies, it's going to be nothing but action.
We need more movies like, if you want to get old guys in action movies, make more movies like Death Wish 3.
Yes.
Somewhere like that.
Yes. Death Wish 3. Get the old crusty veteran. He's surrounded by 80 dudes. He shoots twice. All 80 of them fall down. Okay. He doesn't reload. Fuck it. It's fun.
He killed the giggler, man. He killed the giggler.
Killed the giggler, man.
Killed the giggler.
Oh,
he's swinging the camera behind him while he's eating like the ice cream, just baiting him.
Dude, that's it. I don't know. Now you got me tempted to do a Charles Bronson stream next time. Wow. We might do some Bronson. Yeah, it's like, I don't know. I would. You could tell if an old, crusty, classic actor veteran is just like taking the piss now. He's like doesn't care. He's just having fun.
Yeah.
Who's a good example of that? Like Samuel Jackson. Like he just doesn't. He's just having fun. You know what I mean? Like maybe I'm trying to think of some other old actors that you could tell that they're just. I'm just here to have fun. I don't give a shit. I'm just having a good time. Bob Oden's son.
Getting a second chance with John Wick.
Yeah. That's definitely his comeback movie, and now we got another Matrix film coming. But Keanu has not delved into the TV, straight to DVD realm yet.
Yeah,
he's
been in some bad stuff, but it wasn't direct to TV.
Oh yeah.
Samurai, have you seen 47 Ronin yet?
Not yet. It's on the list. It's on the. That's a future is really that bad episode. We're gonna do that one.
I've seen it. I got it on Blu-ray. So.
Well, maybe we'll talk later, my friend. Maybe we'll schedule. We need one more with that. Have you seen Man of Tai Chi?
No.
Eric,
Mm-hmm.
you seen that one? What thoughts on that one?
I thought it had its good moments in it. You know what I mean? You got Tiger in there, and there some of the fights are pretty good. I do think I understand the point of the ending, but it's a huge freaking anticlimax, man.
With Iko.
Yeah.
But
overall, I thought it was pretty good overall.
Let's check right now, really quickly, what 47 Ronin.
Yeah.
What 47 Ronin's rating is.
Oh, it can't be good.
There we go.
Yeah, there's parts about it that I do like.
Oh my God! Yeah, this is perfect. We're doing it, Daniel. We're doing it. Is it really that bad? Future episode. You're getting exclusive early reveal, chat. 47 Ronin with Keanu Reeves, 16%. On tomatoes.
Wow, I don't know what's that low. Holy shit.
Yeah, we gotta do it now. Damn. Since I haven't seen it yet, this is perfect. So it's perfect. Yeah. So, and yes, you know what am I gonna say right now, Eric? What do you think I'm gonna say right now? Take a guess. Remember, I was like, there's a theme going on tonight's stream. The theme is, yes, I own it on Blu-ray and I haven't watched it yet. Just randomly throw out any movie, Eric. Go. Just throw out a movie name right now.
Elite Squad 1 and 2.
You cheater.
The Tai Chi Master.
Yeah. So yeah, well, let's do that one just for shits and giggles. Let's check Man of Tai Chi while we're here.
You'll be surprised.
And I might have. Why do I have a feeling I might have checked this before? Oh my God!
Yeah.
Oh my God! 70%.
Yeah.
Holy fuck! Why the fuck did that happen? All right. Okay. Well, never mind. Don't worry. I'll have another one. I'll find another one, Daniel. We'll talk later. We'll talk after the stream. This is going to be fun. This is going to be a good one. 16%. That's perfect. Perfect. And Eric, remember, you can hit me up at any time, my friend.
Yeah.
Anytime.
I want to make sure the movie that I pick is actually kind of like available enough. I don't want to force you to buy a Blu-ray of some garbage movie. You know what I mean? Force
me to buy Super Mario Brothers on DVD from eBay.
Oh.
Yeah, because this Tuesday, today, I was supposed to stream at Master Chaos. It isn't really that bad episode with Super Mario Brothers and Double Dragon, but 5 billion streaming sites and no Super Mario Brothers. Like, really?
It's gonna continue to be a bigger and bigger problem. You're gonna see movies just disappear. I'm telling you, man.
Like, come on.
Like, theoretically, with the transition to digital, you should have like every movie. You know what I mean? It should be available to rent online. You know what I mean? Do you not want to make money? You just bury the films that you have distribution on.
Yeah.
In the movies that I have, they were more available 10 years ago when the DVD boom was going on than they are now on streaming sites. So it's kind of worrisome for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree. Christopher says, did we hear about Lethal Weapon 5 being made? I did hear that.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Okay, over under. Does this line hit the film? Man, we're too old for this shit.
I hope so. That needs to be in the trailer.
That should be the title of the film. Lethal Weapon. Lethal Weapon 5. Lethal Weapon 5. I'm too old for this shit.
Yeah, we're too old for this shit, right? And then have him say that in the trailer, Danny Glover, and then in the same trailer, after he says that, the camera will slowly pan to Robert De Niro. No, we are too old for this shit. Oh, I love it. That's it. I'm gonna try to find that GIF. I'm gonna try to find a GIF of just. That's it. I'm trying to find that. Yeah, I mean, the only good thing about it is Richard Donner is directing. But it's just weird because we're too crippled for this shit. The only thing though is the whole point of the fourth fucking movie was that they were at this point Mel Gibson is past his prime.
Yeah.
Danny Glover, the very first Lethal Weapon movie, Danny Glover was kind of like, I'm too old for this. He's like getting old. But the whole point of the fourth movie is that Mel Gibson at this point, part of the fourth movie was that he's like, he got his ass kicked in the beginning of the movie in the boxing when he's sparring. And he's just like sitting there like, man, I'm fuck.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, how old is that fourth movie? That was still in the 90s, right? So it's
you know what? Just bring Gary Busey back. Just bring him back.
Yeah.
Shot at the title, man.
Yeah. He actually didn't die. They got him to the hospital just in time. Oh, God. That would be hilarious, dude. Old, crusty, fucked up Gary Busey versus old Mel Gibson.
Man. Hey, somebody run over a fire hydrant, bro, in winter and have him go at it again.
Oh my God! He'll throw a punch and his back will go out. He'll fall over. Oh my God! Is Chris Rock coming back for the fifth movie?
Oh man! Your baby's gonna have my baby. Oh man! That was horrible, dude. I was laughing, but I was laughing at just how stupid that was.
Yeah, because it was bad. Yeah. And fuck it, Jet Li's twin brother arrived to avenge his brother's death. Oh God! Whew. Oh man, you guys got me in tears. Oh shit! Ooh, that's funny.
Man, oh man. What about Joe Pesci? Joe Pesci was still around?
Well, he was the Irishman.
Okay.
Yeah, fuck it. Bring back everybody. Rene Russo. Fuck it. Bring everybody back.
Hey, Rene Russo still looks good for her age. At least out of all of them, she still looks good.
That's true. Oh my God. We are hilarious. It's fun. Oh, anything else you guys want to mention or talk about, or you want to wrap it up for today? It was a good stream.
I was gonna say something, but I was gonna say something, but I'll wait till we're done.
We're done. Okay. All right. I guess we can go ahead and wrap it up then. Chat. Thank you, badasses. The Movie Dojo Army. That's right. Showed up to represent. Thanks for hanging out with us knuckleheads today. Make sure you guys subscribe to Daniel, the Sci-Fi Sentry. That's right. Eric, the Asian movie enthusiast. Make sure you subscribe to him as well. He's very knowledgeable about films. And you can subscribe to me if you want. I don't know. Well, we still appreciate the support. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. And we'll be doing more of these. You guys already gave us good ideas already with some Bruce Willis stream filmography and Harrison Ford. That sounds like fun. Maybe Mel Gibson. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with us. And there is I don't know if you have not seen the video yet on the channel of me being goofy and dancing. If you have not seen it yet, make sure you guys join us this Saturday at 6 p.m. 6 p.m. It isn't really that bad vibe in my head. 2 p.m. Pacific time. Join us Saturday for the first ever live Phat pickups video. It's going to be a disaster. might be drinking some Jack and Coke. I might get crazy. I don't know what's gonna happen. But we'll do a pickles video for you guys there and have some fun hanging out with us. And me and Lady Fat Blood, we're gonna be there too. So it'll be great to see all you guys there. So don't forget Saturday at 2 p.m. All right, guys, take care. See you next time.